arms right now. 6 feet separate Oscar and Mac. Right, 6 feet, that's it. There you go. Straight at him. Look at Ariel. He's still going on the third. Is it gonna be Ariel? Brittany John's still holding on to 4th place right now. Zach Casey. Big warm round of applause for John Stone. All right, team, let's get this music going. Let's get this crowd. Oh, settle down, wait for it. We're going to blow the roof off. We want everybody in Atlanta going, what the hell's going on in Athens? We are 15 seconds away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 to go. The gap is right around 20 seconds. 5 to go. 5 to go in 20 seconds. 5 to go in 20 seconds is the gap.
Looks like Team Novo Nordisk riders taking a break at the back of the group, trying to catch their legs after working so hard to establish the breakaway.
I think one of them are going to attack here in just a little bit, Hoppy. I think they went to the back to kind of hide for a couple of laps, and either Joe or his teammate is going to attack here. I have a sneaky suspicion. They may not want to take this thing to a sprint. So Casey Magner showed a great turn of speed. So they've got the numbers. They've got 2 out of 5 riders. So they may try to shake this thing up in the next lap or two. As they come back around, they're going to see 4 laps left to go here. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go, and they have attacked. So they are starting to, I guess they have. Nope, they're all still together. Although they're looking around, trying to figure the damage. And one rider, Casey Magner, oh my gosh, has a mechanical. Oh, smokes. So Magner's had a mechanical. Joe Eldridge was looking to see if they need to sit up. And it looks like Casey is pretty much toast. Heads up, guys. Well, a heck of a battle for Magner right there. And he is having some major shifting issues. And unfortunately, right now, the Shramlucha support is now closed. All right, so we're going to do a $60 premium on this next lap from
Athens Orthopedic Clinic. $60.
All right, so thanks to Athens Orthopedic Clinic, our big sponsor of today's races.
And make sure you're using that hashtag. I want to see some good tweets coming out. Instagram too, but I want to see them using the hashtag AOC Twilight. That easy. Maybe you're taking a selfie with the guys and girls riding behind you. That's what we want to see. I want to get this trending by the end of the evening. Is it just me, or does the guy that drives the pace car look like Ronnie Feist? There it is.
All right, a premium on the next lap with 3 to go. $60 premium from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. $60 premium from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. $60 cash premium for all racers from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. $60 cash premium from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. And we have got 4 riders up the road right now with 3 to go, Hoppy. And it's unfortunately for the breakaway, we had one rider that could have assisted in keeping that together. Casey Magner has been disrupted and exited the race because of a mechanical. What a bummer for him.
Yes, that is definitely disappointing, but that is bike racing, and that's how it goes. And Team Novo Nordisk starting the attacks now, but the other 2 breakaway riders are right up on the wheel. And interesting, we talk about our pace car driver. That guy is none other than former Olympian Tommy Mulkey, represented the United States at the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney on the velodrome. And so they call him the Incredible Mulk. So if any of our crowd sees Mulkey driving the car, give him a shout out. And he's happy to throw you a high five if he can get his hand far enough out the window.
Ah, very nice. Here comes Mulkey. Knows how to take some turns for sure as he's coming around. And this is for that preem.
He's turning it on. Look at this.
And that's an attack by Joe Eldridge right there. So Joe has attacked the breakaway right now, going for that preem. We knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time, and I'm surprised the other 2 riders were not aware of it, because Joe Eldridge right now, racing for Team Novo Nordisk, has attacked the breakaway, Jeff. And that was scripted. A crit racer extraordinaire, and Joe Eldridge has attacked after going for a preem.
And this is how the 1-2 punch works. His teammate attacked on the previous lap, and Joe Eldridge taking the opportunity to counter his teammate's move. And his gap right now is about 4 or 5 seconds, but Purple Shirt is out on the chase right now, leading the rest of the breakaway riders to try to close the gap up to Joe Eldridge, but Joe with his head down and tail up. This is perfect for him. He can just settle into a rhythm and try to bang out these final few laps.
Yep, you got it spot on, and they're going to be taking that last turn as they're coming around. Poor Magner is just stuck in no man's land right now. Bridged across the break and then had an argument with his bicycle, and he is going to time trial his way to the finish with 2 laps left to go. Our leaders, Joe Eldridge has now got himself a gap, and we are coming down to 1 to go, 1 to go. 1 lap to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. 1 lap left to go, 1 lap left to go, and right now, with 1 lap left to go, you are not going to get any help whatsoever from Aaron Perry. He is there to help his teammates stay up the road. 1 lap left to go, and the gap was right around about 3 seconds, and Aaron Perry for Team Novo Nordisk was on shutdown right there, trying to keep the race from coming apart.
All right, back straight. Let's hear it for Joe Eldridge as he comes up the hill, trying to take this race solo. Let's hear it for him. The rest of our breakaway catching up. It's about 3 seconds right now as he looks over his shoulder and sees him closing in on him. But purple shirt looking over at Eldridge's Novo Nordisk teammate, and he's not going to work, and they've set up. They're coasting down the hill right now. Joe Eldridge is riding away with a lap and a half to go.
Just tactically well played. Team Novo Nordisk is so used to racing on the road. Criterium style racing is their forte, whether they're racing here in the States or all over Europe. Joe Eldridge is a savvy bike racer. Raced so many crits in his past. He's raced Athens Twilights in the men's pro race, and it looks like he's going to snag his way, and he's going to zip it up and post. So, ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight winner for Team Novo Nordisk, Joe Eldridge. Second place, Aaron Perry. And third place goes to, it looks like, might have been Corey, but we'll have to double check that. All right, so while we're waiting for the finish here, we are going to do the podium for our amateur race. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our podium in the amateur race. In third place, Brian Tapin. Brian, did I spell that? Say that right? How do you say your last name? Tapin. Oh, Tapin. So Brian Tapin in third place. In second place, Leonardo Nardes. And your winner today, ladies and gentlemen, Hector Aguilar. And there's Hector, congratulations. And of course, this is the Attica Trophy Contest. And your artist who designed that is going to be Matthew Gentry. So look at that. Here are the top 3 again, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Tapin, Leonardo Nardes, and Hector Aguilar. Congratulations, gentlemen. Your top 3 in the amateur race. Okay, that was lights out bike racing. I don't care if it's on a fat tire, a unicycle, or whatever. We're getting ready for our AKO signs. Thanks to DJ Mays for letting me take over his turntable for 5 seconds. Got Chad Andrews here. We've got Lewis Alston with me to my left. And across the way, across the pond, as we say, Australian Jeff Hopkins along with us. And we're going to have a special co-commentator here for our women's race very shortly.
That's right, and make sure you're using the hashtag, which we all have been doing, and I am looking on Twitter, and it looks like it is almost trending. Athens, you know what you're doing. Use the hashtag AOC Twilight. We want to see it going on. We got a lot of people to thank for putting this whole thing on. ADDA, Downtown Athens, unique shopping, delicious dining, and world-class music scene. It is right here in Downtown Athens. So thank you guys for coming out. We really do appreciate it, and make sure you're using that hashtag AOC Twilight.
The AKO signs parade, the kids are coming here in a second. We're going to get Joe here in just a second, real quick. And of course, all of our mountain bikers have grabbed a you-know-what from you-know-who from Creature Comforts. Hey, Joe, get over here. Quit with the family and get over here for a second, real quick. Sorry. He can come back to you guys all night long. All right, so we've got kids coming, so I want you to watch out. I don't want you to get hurt. So here we are with Team Nova Nordisk, Joe Eldridge. A cagey little move there, a little crit racing expertise. Did that come into play?
It's just a crit on mountain bike. It makes it a little bit more interesting and hopefully fun for the fans to watch us on these big heavy bikes with fat tires, is enjoying the atmosphere. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the show that we just gave them.
I'm going to come over on this side. You're like 7'8" compared to me. All right, so what was the strategy between you and Aaron? I mean, you guys forced the breakaway. You didn't see Eric and Casey Magner there. Did you guys feel, all right, this is not going to stick if those two guys are back in the peloton? Give us an idea of what were the tactics?
Yeah, we kind of know Eric's a local guy, and he's one of the strongest as well as Casey. And so we know those guys are ready for the win here. And if we had a move that those guys were in, then we were going to work really hard for it. And then when me and Aaron, my teammate, found ourselves off the front with a couple other local guys, we said, all right, let's turn the screws. And Casey came across to us, and this is fun right here.
Yeah, I hate to interrupt, but this is what it's all about. That kid right there, Joe, raced like 17 races this morning in the kids' crit. Keep going, guys. Well, anyway, Joe, thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming out.
All right, there goes Joe Eldridge. He's going to get out of the way of all these kids because this is like, look at that one. Look at this one.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Determination and serious. I love it. Good job, kids.
And Lewis, don't forget, we're going to do the podium presentation. A great shot on our live stream heading. Of course, check out the live stream coming up here in just a few minutes for our women's race and our men's race. Look at that guy in full tuck. That is not a kid.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's a kid. This is a kid. That is not a kid.
Dad's like, I'm not buying a GoPro. I got my phone. I'll just follow you.
Not a kid. Yeah, well, I don't know. Lewis, is this going to pass, or we're going to let that go?
Yeah!
All right, that'll work.
Very creative.
Look at this one. Let me guess. The favorite color is pink and purple.
You go, girl! With training wheels.
And Lewis, the funny thing about the kids' races is you're going to see a lot of these parents pull up lame from hamstrings, chasing after their kids.
I should say, way to go, Mom, too. Look at the jog. I love it.
High five, Mom. Well done.
Woo! I think anything goes. I think she needs some handlebars.
Carry on. That'll work. My favorite part is like the ones that take their 15 minutes plus 30 seconds. That's coming up here in just a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well done, young lady. Well done. Look at that smile. She's like, yeah, I got this. Good job, guys. Keep going. Keep going. I remember that guy. I remember that guy from this morning. I remember that dude from this morning. I remember those two dudes from 10 minutes ago.
You got a great memory.
I know. It lasted at least 30 seconds. Once again, the course is closed for all of our racers. Course is closed. We're going to have the AKO signs. Uh-oh, we've got another trunk full of people throwing candy at. Once again, we want to thank AKO signs. Oh, I got a lefty up there. Just We're going to put somebody's eye out. What's that? We want to thank Athens Orthopedic Clinic. Where's my candy? Where's my candy? Where's my candy? Where's my candy?
Woo! There you go.
You want to dance? Is that what we're here for? All right, look it up, Gene. Watch it. Ooh, Laffy Taffy.
Oh, you guys are scrambling up there.
Ooh, squirrel. That's got midnight written all over it right there.
Chad, I'm not allowed to have too much sugar with my ADHD, but that's okay. I'll stay up here. That's good that I'm not down there. But hey, guys, while you're waiting on the next race to come and these kids throwing around candy, listen, make sure you are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media, and use the hashtag that everybody's using tonight because it will be trending. I want AOC Twilight.
AOC, hashtag AOC Twilight.
That's right.
What a crystal clear. Hey, Tim.
What's
Tim,
up?
tell the guys in the truck that's just ripping good. Can you video the video of the video of the video?
Then you get lines and stuff in it.
I guess we can do the video of the video of the video. That's just freaky right there. That's so cool. So that's it. Welcome to Athens, guys. It's a beautiful night. Thanks, Tim, and the truck for shooting the video of the video. That's kind of... Switching that in the truck probably got very confusing, I'm sure. What are we shooting?
I think after a couple of the races, some of the guys that were really pedaling hard, they were looking like that. I know I was talking to one of the winners up here when we were doing the award ceremony, which was crazy. He said that after he crossed the finish line, he kind of like blacked out for a half a lap because he went so hard. But he came to and he's like, you know what? I made it on podium. I did all right. So you're really taking your body through some craziness.
Punishing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he said he blacked out for a half a lap until he gathered himself. But we do have a lot of people to thank, like ABC Printing. They are the proud sponsor of the 35th annual Athens Twilight right here. So I want to thank ABC Printing. If you have any printing needs, anything, make sure you go to abcprinting.com and get all of your printing needs.
So our next group coming through is going to be our runners. I was there this morning commentating the 5K, and they're going to be coming through in a second, and they're going to be staging them. So they're going to be doing a lap and a half. They're going to be doing a mile and a half. And the guys from our SRAM Mutual Support, they have to run the mile too. So I didn't know if you guys got that memo or not. No, we're not running. Okay. So the runners are going to be coming through. Top 15 women and top 15 men who ran in the 5K this morning are going to be running for the Dash for Cash. Big time cash for the winner. And they're going to do 1.5 laps. So they're going to come through, then we're going to stage them on the other side of the course, and then they're going to come around and do a lap and a half. Everybody got that? There's going to be a quiz on that coming up.
Well, go ahead and put an F on my paper. I have no earthly idea what you just said. I got sidetracked from the mayor here. Back again. Mayor, how are you? Yeah, it was great. How did your grandson do? Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Chad, are you going to talk? Cool, let's hear what we had. I want to know a couple things.
I felt it.
Right.
So, Mayor, how do you feel today?
Great.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding you, Mayor. So, Mayor Denson.
She's a prettier mayor than I am. Anyway.
Oh, stop. That's either more votes coming your way. So it's so great to have you out here. Thanks a lot for giving your money. And again, I'm going to, what Lewis said, how did your grandson do?
Oh, Go Mission Source.
Uh-huh, little plug there, So,
Well, actually, he made it through 23 rounds, and he did make it for the last 2, but it was his 3rd race of the day, so I am still so proud of him.
third race of the day. Well, congratulations. So, what do you think about the race and the atmosphere here in Athens?
Oh, it's always wonderful. I've been coming to these since 1980. I wouldn't miss one.
Wow.
In 1980?
At the very first one, I was here, yeah.
I wasn't, so she's got me. Well, thanks a lot for being here, ma'am.
I wouldn't miss it.
Great. There you have Mayor Denson. Here comes the runners now.
Athens has got to be proud to have a mayor that is this deeply invested in racing. Thank you so much for what you do.
All right, here comes our runners right now. These guys are going to do a lap and a half, 1 mile, but they're not starting now. Good on you guys. So these guys are going to do a lap and a half. Anybody feeling any pressure? No? No pressure? I'm already tired just looking at that.
Yeah.
I'm not running a mile unless somebody's chasing me.
I like the tutu though. I like the tutu. That adds a lot.
Yep, it is the tutu. So We're going to do our 1.5 laps, or 1 mile. I want to thank, of course, Athens Ridge for sponsoring our race, and of course our good friends from Athens Running Company. So, Lewis, we're going to throw a little wrench like we always do here at Athens. So they're going to do a lap and a half. When they come through, we're going to ring the bell for 1 to go.
Okay.
But the first runner across the line is going to pick up $50. It's a preem, so they get $50. Now, we've seen a couple of runners go for that $50 and then go up and smoke on the backside. So I think the runners that can put in, I think we've had a couple of runners put in some solid 4:15, 4:30s in the mile.
Wow.
So if you're a miler, this is your, but the course, Lewis, and the rest of the guys, it is bumpy, as you can see here at the home stretch and on the backside. So they're going to be starting here in just a little bit. Our 2014 Athens Ridge running race. Everybody exhale.
And I like how everybody's getting into it. When they come by, you got to make sure you're loud, Athens, because you know, just like the old saying, the louder you get, the faster they're going to go, and they're going to feel like they're doing it for a reason, not that they haven't been training like crazy for this day, that they've been waiting a year since last year to get down on Athens streets here on a bicycle, on a fat tire, on their sneakers to get out here. So they've been training like crazy. But if you are out there and you're a huge fan like now I am, thank you, Chad. Thank you for teaching me, and the lovely mayor of Athens. Make sure you are using the hashtag AOC Twilight on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Hashtag AOC Twilight. Take a picture and post it on your Instagram or your the Twitter account for Athens Twilight and USA Crits. Take a picture of your friend and say, hey, we're rocking it here. And Meg Rocks is back there. She'll retweet it, Facebook it, regurgitate it, Instagram it, IG it. She'll do all sorts of good stuff with it. We want Athens Twilight and AOC Twilight trending.
It'll happen.
Okay. So it looks like Joe Silva is going to do some sort of tweet or Instagram or something. We're going to find out here in just a second. Take a picture of your friend. We want a big party happening. And as we get into the men's race, the women's race, of course, I've got a special co-commentator with me who's doing the women's race with me. We'll give Lewis a quick break, and Hoppy will be back in just a little bit. I know Hoppy's probably already in Creature Comfort's tent right now. Knowing Hoppy? He's an Aussie after all, you know.
That is true. I got a question here at the finish line. Who drove the furthest to Athens to come here today? How far? Well, that's South Carolina. That's not that far. Anybody further than South Carolina?
Me.
What'd you say? Chicago.
Chicago.
Woo! Windy City's in the house. Where?
Denver. They got to beat Chicago. Sorry.
Just by a little bit, I think.
Denver wins.
Good job. Can anybody beat Denver?
Liar, pants on fire.
He's just here on spring break. He's just here on spring break.
SoCal.
All right, cool. I'll take Cali.
I will. If you truly want to get into it, a lot of our women and men, we've got New Zealanders, Australians, Colombians, so we've got riders from all over the world.
Well, I was talking about the fans right now. I know some of the riders come from all over, and you can tell that they love coming here every year. I mean, the Smile was talking to a few of them earlier, and the smiles on their faces, just the anticipation of running in the twilight or riding in the twilight, they're happy all day long.
Yeah, so right now the clock has already struck. We're 23 seconds in. We're going to see a lightning bolt of people in, as some people say, sneakers. I call them running shoes, whatever you want to call it. The first two runners, women and men, to cross the line, $50, but they're going to have one full lap left to go. Is this a PR course? Probably not, because it's got a lot of bumps to it. And we're also going to have a special introduction here once we get our runners. Actually, you know what? I think we've got a chance here. Let's bring out Olivia Kearns, Promotions Director from Athens Ridge. Olivia, welcome to Athens.
Thank you so much.
So kind of tell us an idea of what you guys' involvement is with the Athens Twilight.
So we have sponsored a 5K this morning, and also we're sponsoring this race here that you're witnessing just now. So it's really an honor for us. This is a big tradition for Athens. Twilight is a really big deal. We're privileged to be here and to be representing our new housing community here at this race.
Okay, I was getting ready to ask you, real quick, what exactly is Athens Ridge?
We are the new kids on the block. We're the newest housing community for Athens. We are 4 and 5 bedroom townhomes. We're luxury on the inside and 35 acres of resort style property on the outside.
Okay, hang on just 1 second. So it's perfect for somebody like me who's coming into town next year, I would assume.
Oh. Here they come, Chad. Here they come.
All right, so runner number 2 is going to get the $50 with 1 to go, guys. 1 lap left to go. 1 to go, and who's the lady who's going to pick up the $50 cash? This is for a premium. Ladies, you've got 1 to go, 1 to go. 1 lap left to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. 1 to go. That's your call. 1 to go, ladies. One lap left to go, 1 to go, 1 to go.
The graduate and Tutu bringing it up. Good job, ladies. Good job, ladies. VIP over there, how you feeling? Balcony up there, how you feeling? Hey, look, this guy's he is not even in the balcony, but he's cheering. I love it.
Hey, Stefan Garcia, we know you did the kids race. Your mom is over here at the finish line. Come to the finish line where the red and the blue is. And we've got a police officer here with your mom. So Stefan Garcia, if you see, he's wearing a Spider-Man outfit and a Spider-Man helmet. So, oh, Superman, Spider-Man. Gosh, I got to get my superheroes right. So Stefan, we're going to find you. If anybody sees a Superman helmet and an outfit, just kindly grab him and help him shepherd him to the finish line. We're going to get Stefan back to his mom here. So, Olivia, real quick, where can we find out information on your great Athens Ridge?
Okay, we have a booth here this evening right in front of the grill. Great food, another tradition of Athens. Or you could visit our website, athensridge.com, or visit our leasing office in 5 Points. We'd love to talk to you, give you some more information about us.
There you have it. Olivia Kearns, Athens Ridge. Thanks, U-Rock. Thanks for sponsoring the race today. So the Athens Ridge running race has happened, and we want to thank our good friends from Athens Ridge today. It's this is 1 mile of pain. 1 mile. Oh. Jeez. Now, okay, we've already ticked over 4 minutes, so obviously not going to break the mile, but the mile record. But remember, this course is not what you'd call friendly to the runners. And look at those guys. Just, it is going to be a full-on sprint here to see who's going to pick up the win.
Oh, they are coming in hot. You're right. They are coming in crazy hot. Look at this. They picked it up. Athens, let them hear you.
Look at that final kick right there. 22 is going to post a 4:27. So 27 picks up the win. Just ignited right there. Good job, guys. Oh, God. That's all sorts of special suffering right there. All sorts of special types of suffering right there in the 1 mile.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at this little race coming right here. Turn and burn. Look at this.
Woo!
All right, Athens, let them know you got their back as they're running across the finish line.
All right, Sydney. What a monstrous effort right there. She's going to post a 5:08 mile. Sydney just ripped it. Here comes the rest of our women. Put your hands together for these ladies as they're finishing up.
Yeah!
It's 5:30 mile. Gosh. Scratching my head on that.
Way to go, way to go. Oh, look at this. Turned it right on at the end. I love the competitiveness.
Sub 6 miles still.
She is serious. They're very serious. Running a mile in under 6. Woo!
Put your hands together for all these finishers. Good job, guys. Well done, ladies.
Oh, Tutu's giving 5s. The graduate's giving 5s. Yeah!
Oh, right there.
Keep going, keep going!
And you're a graduate. You should know better. Put your hands together for all of our women and men as they finish it up the dash for cash in the mile. Wow. That was unbelievable. And of course, we're going to do a podium presentation for our fat tire. We're going to do a podium presentation for our running race. We're going to have all sorts of fun here in Athens. My name is Chad Andrews, and Lewis and Jeff will be joining me. More importantly, I've got a special guest that's going to be subbing for Lewis in just a minute. And for our women's race and part of our men's race, a tag team.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited to watch professionals go at it. Yeah, I like it. Hey, we also want to thank a lot of sponsors because we couldn't do it without you guys helping us out. AKO Signs, you know, they are a proud sponsor of this year's Twilight. And they give you quality signs at an affordable price, so make sure you check them out at akosigns.com.
Lewis, hang out. All right, so we're just about ready with our women's race, but I want to introduce one of my co-commentators for the women's race. She happens to be a professional bike racer for United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team. She also is a great friend of mine, actually coaches for my coaching business. And ladies and gentlemen, I want a big warm round of applause for my co-commentator racing for United Healthcare. She's here co-commentating with me, Jackie Kroll. Jackie, welcome to Athens.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I had a really great time announcing at the Charlotte Criterium 2 weeks ago, and I'm glad to be back for announcing for my favorite race on the calendar in America.
All right, so let me understand this. I was in Charlotte, you were in Charlotte. I'm in Athens, you're in Athens. Do I sense a trend here? Are you trying to take my job from me?
I can't seem to get away from bike racing.
I don't blame you. So Jackie Kroll is going to be here. Jeff Hopkins is going to be joining us in a little bit. And a fantastic night of bike racing here. Athens Orthopedic. DJ. Now that we've seen
her
of Athens.
Depends on what you're here for. If you're here for the money, then you go for the preems and somebody be here for cash tonight.
And what did it mean to you, Athens?
Athens 20 for me, it's I mean, it's just, this is honest. I've raced in France, I've raced in the Middle East, but this is always my face in the calendar as crowd, amazing, just a racer.
This country, Belgium, that red plus mine.
Season.
Criterium. You want to give us some cash? We'll be happy to talk about you. And on the bike and on the skates. Points premium on that. So, Jackie, let me know what the points premium is all about. You want to be the women's overall in the championship series. There's been 3 races so far. The way you get it is get points. You have to finish points. You go for the premium, 5 laps in premium, 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points. Laura Van Gilbert, overall leader. So we're going to see the guy in the overall, some of their names. Laura Van Gilbert, Laura Jorgensen, Morgan Brown, Laura Parson, Christy Key Phillips. Those riders right there, Jack and Jeff. We're going to see you trying to go after those points.
This is on the back straight this time. 3-2-2 riders trying to get off front.
Sprinters, of course, Sam Snyder. They grab the points as they're
That was Kendall Ryan.
So they brought a heavy hitter crit squad here.
Pedal to the metal through that sprint preem, and the rest of the field has it up. And as I say, the Palace on attack on the left side of the road.
And we are now ready, ladies and gentlemen, to slide by.
Ben Rockstar taking advantage of
Laura Parsons.
but still not too big team. Going to join together, try to bring this back at some point in the next 5 to 10 laps.
Go. So grabbing the maximum out there, you got these 3 riders working extremely well.
And we'll see if our breakaway riders continue to work together. It looks like our rider in red may have been sitting on the back. We'll see if she's going to pull through towards the front and take her turn of the pacemaking, and she is. She's moved up into second place right now, right on Lasasso's wheel. So working together well at this point, but the gap is closing down. 9 seconds is the gap as they come through, but our leader of the chase has swapped.
Modus operandi. Well, now they're getting dragged back big time. That breakaway is being virtually shut down on a half lap. 19 laps left to go, Jackie, and these 3 look like they might be dead to rights. But one TIBCO rider is now going across, and there goes Goki Smith. She realizes it's dangerous, and now we might have a reshuffle, Jackie, on this move.
Yeah, and we can see here, yeah, we're trying to reshuffle, and actually TIBCO, Fearless Femme, and Pepper Palace were left out of that breakaway. They're certainly trying to bring it back, and that's why we saw it come back here. It's because there wasn't the real type of formula for a good breakaway and out of that 3 people.
But this right here is a serious section as Jeff, they are up and out of the saddle and have got this peloton on red alert as Laura Van Gilbert slides up to your left.
And it is Grupo Compacto right now. The whole race is back together at the front.
I know.
So we'll see if someone's going to try to use the catch of this breakaway to launch a counterattack, and we do see one rider going solo off the front now. We'll see who that rider is when they come onto the home stretch for you guys there, Chad and Jackie.
Yeah, so right now Mellow Mushroom is putting everybody on foot as the counterattacks keep going. They have got a different operation right now. They're letting Laura Van Gilder hide, and the rest of the team is on full punch and counter punch. And a strategic windfall right now. Great racing from Mellow Mushroom. Love it. Jackie, we got another preem.
And we have a preem, $75 preem, $75 preem. $75 preem.
$75 cash preem.
From Athens Dodge Chrysler. And this is very interesting. Mellow Mushroom is making sure they keep the pressure from the other teams. Sending another rider up the road.
And this is what I mentioned to you earlier, Chad, where if you have a great sprinter on your team, you're not always going to try to ride towards a group sprint, a field sprint situation. You're going to take any opportunity that comes to you, and that's Mellow Mushroom's plan here, is to go on the offensive and put the pressure on the rest of the other teams, and who knows, one of these other Mellow Mushroom riders may be able to stick the breakaway all the way to the finish. And in that way, you take the pressure off Van Gilder, but she's still back in the field, and she's the ace in the hole that you don't have to play if you don't need to.
All right, so right now, we've been talking about all night just how extremely active Jorgensen and Van Gilder and Lasasso. Laura keeps finding herself fighting towards the front, but I love the strategy here by Mellow Mushroom and Pink Sirens as they're coming through, and I know the Pink Siren crew is going crazy. So some definitive movements here, and we are down to 17 laps left to go. 17 laps left to go.
Mellow Mushroom is not making it easy for the people who consider themselves sprinters in this field. Looks like we have a pretty well-established breakaway. I counted 7 seconds. She's going to have to build it up a little bit more if she wants the field to stop chasing, get a little bit of gap, out of sight, out of mind, like like we talked about 2 weeks ago.
And look how hyper attentive right now. Cheryl Fuller is first, and Kohler, who's in the top 10 overall. And the third behind her is Tina Pick out of Beaufort, Georgia. And Jorgensen's got herself about 6 seconds, Jeff.
I put the stopwatch on him that time. 9 seconds is the gap for our leader. So 9 seconds is a good solid gap to get in one complete lap. So we'll see if she's able to expand that advantage. Still no chase from the field, although Pepper Palace starting to move up on the left side of the field to get riders up in the front of this chasing field to be ready to pounce when they decide it's go time.
And you know what right now Laura Jorgensen is doing? She's scooping up point after point after point. Her teammate is in the current overall lead, and right now Jorgensen keeps rocketing up more and more points. So what Mellow Mushroom is trying to do, Jackie, in the overall, they're trying to push all their chips in, and they are trying to separate as Jorgensen comes through. Her teammate Laura Van Gilbert is back there. They are trying to get the top 2 spots in firm hold, and we had a little crash on the backside. 16 to go.
Laura's probably one of those people that you weren't expecting to be off the front. She's done a great in some of the races early in the season, and she might be one of the ones that some of the favorites in this race weren't particularly watching or didn't have their eye on, and she took advantage of that opportunity. That's why she's off the front here right now.
Hey, Jeff, we kind of dust up on the backside of the race courses. Vander Kitten and Pepper Palace are now in full flight with Team Tipco there. We have had an accident on the backside of the race course, Jeff.
Yes, we did. The gap right now to our leader is 9 seconds. Hopefully the course will be cleared when they come around onto the home stretch. But the chase is on. Tipco going to the front now. Pepper Palace being attentive and following those Tipco wheels as they recognize the danger. 9 seconds as they come around on down towards turn 3 and turn 4. Hopefully that accident has been cleared from the course and riders are up and okay, and we should see them come into view on the big screen right now, and looks like everything is a-okay heading onto the home stretch.
It sure did shake things up. Great sound back there, Cam. Keep it right where it is. Here comes your pace car right now. Benefiting the Habitat Athens Orthopedic Clinic, Twilight, and Jorgensen right now. Could she ride into the top spot? Athens, she has 15 laps left to go. And there is the prey right there. Hey guys, steady your right, steady your right, steady your right, steady your right, steady your right. And Lasasso, Christian, you go ahead and cut across. Hold on 1 second. All right, you're clear. So Christian right now, that is not the way you want to see somebody riding a bike. So an interesting thing happened.
Yeah, there was a little mishap in the pit on the front stretch.
I think everybody's okay though. Everybody exhale. Everybody a little nerves of steel right now because this isn't Bob's backyard crit. This is Athens Twilight.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people watching you, so they might have, she might be nervous or something, but I mean, you just got to get back on your bike and keep going.
All right, so Jorgensen grabbed herself probably about 10 lap points. She got 1 point for a lap, and she was pretty high up as far as the overall, Jeff. So right now they're coming to you, and it is kind of a scrum right now, I guess they'd say in Aussie speak.
Oh.
Right now, it does look like Teresa Cliff Ryan is taking a full lap pull, and Laura Parsons' day is done as far as the breakaway goes. That's not to say. And we are down to 13 laps left to go, Jackie. We're in another preem, I guess.
Yes, we have a $75 preem, $75 preem from Athens Ridge.
All right, ladies, a $75 preem.
$75 preem, $75 preem.
13 laps left to go. 13 laps left to go. And Cheryl Fuller-Muller out of Atlanta, racing for Garneau Factory Team, is on the front again. And you see this little piping and banding around her arm and her legs. Those are rainbows. And for those of you who are new to the sport, if you're a world champion or a former world champion, and this is not her discipline, she won it on the track, so her cycling kit can actually have the rainbow stripes on a certain aspect. And of course, Jackie, you and I know, and Jeff knows, that has to be approved by the big guys at the UCI, but that's pretty cool to see a racer right here with a world championship. Again, we want to thank Creature Comforts, AKO Signs. Of course, our big sponsor, Athens Orthopedic Clinic, benefiting the habitat here of Scott. Of course, did our Fat Tire Crit, Athens Ridge, our running race, and of course, Jackie, we're down to 12 laps left to go, and there is a flurry of activity. A couple of riders are trying to squeak away, and we have got 12 to go.
That was Amy Phillips taking the preem.
And Amy got herself a tiny little gap right there. That is a very smart move from their team, as Amy Phillips right now has decided she's going to launch, and they are protecting potentially their sprinter, as Amy Phillips has now got herself a little bit of a gap up there, Jeff. Pepper Plows, let me say that again, apologies for those of you who are watching on the live stream, with 12 laps left to go. Amy should not be looking back right now, Jeff.
But she is. She's taking a drink of water.
That's a clear sign internationally that I'm done with this breakaway. Let's reshuffle the deck. In my opinion, Amy should have committed all to that effort right there, because she's got her sprinter in the group.
Yeah, I mean, she should have stayed on the gas there, but you know, she's still got a gap. The field has seen that she's sat up, and they've sat up too, oddly enough.
But she's got her teammate sitting in the front. If she would just take a little peek under her arm and keep it railed right now, Jackie, it's a clear indication that she's got still a gap. The old saying goes, you're never caught till you're caught, right? They will see 11 laps left to go. And there's Amy. She's still got a tiny gap with 11 to go, 11 to go, 11 to go. 11 laps left to go, 11 to go, 11 to go.
And these are fast laps. This is a much shorter course than we've seen the last 2 weekends at Winston-Salem and Charlotte. How long is this course here?
1 kilometer. That's it. Charlotte was, the other USA Crits race was 1.1. Delray was right around a kilometer. And Winston-Salem was a little bit longer than that, but still pretty snappy fast. So this is without a doubt the most compact course we've got here, Jeff. All right, so here they come back down the home stretch. And this thing, I promise you, it is starting to look more and more like the sprinters are going to be licking their chops here, Jackie, as they come and head towards turn number 4.
Yeah, people will certainly start thinking about the sprint now, and it's important to realize that we've got a long way from that last turn to the finish line, and there's some bumps in there, and I know Jeff was talking earlier about whether you would change your gears in the sprint, and that's certainly a no-no on this course. You don't want to be changing gears when you're running over these type of bumps on this finish straight. You're risking your chain falling off or jumping gears there.
All right, so Jeff has gone dark on us, we understand, but hang in there. We'll get Jeff back up right here. And we've got 10 laps left to go, and it's a little bit more agitated. If you're watching us on the home stream, there's a lot of women that are fighting for the front of this thing.
And that was Holly Beard on the front from my alma mater, University of Florida. I feel like I have to redeem myself.
You're taking your life in your own hands by spouting those 2 words together constantly in this city. For those of you who don't know or watching on the live stream, this is the home of course, the Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs. And I know that this town, the fraternities and the parties that are happening here are just epic, shall we say. So the fraternity and sorority parties are so much fun as you head down Millage and check that out. And on the back stretch right now, there's still a fight, but there are some counter moves, and everybody is aware right now that this thing may come down to a field sprint, and everybody's hyper attentive. Hyper attentive. So Jackie, you're a sprinter, but you're not a pure sprinter. What do you do to try to get away right now?
Right now I would wait till the last lap. This same thing happened last year where there was a lull on the last lap going up the hill that Jeff is talking about. That hill may look insignificant on your TV screen, but it's actually quite significant. And when you don't have a team taking the lead for a lead out, there oftentimes is a lull up that. And Morgan Patton attacked. Unfortunately, you're a native to Athens, Georgia, attacked up that hill, but unfortunately she didn't commit enough to win the race.
All right, a $75 Athens Orthopedic cream. $75 Athens Orthopedic cream with 9 laps left to go. Athens Orthopedic Clinic Preem on the next lap. $75. 9 laps left to go.
Not too much. How are you? Oh, high five? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just did that all wrong.
So we've got Jackie and Jeff reintroducing themselves to each other, and Jeff's joined us on the home stretch because he kind of missed Jackie and I. So he's going to go over to the VIP area and get us some food and beverage.
We had a little.
And we've got another preem. Sorry.
We
From
have
Creature
another preem?
Comforts, a $75 preem with 8 laps to go.
All right. We have a $75 preem, no more free laps. $75 preem, no more free laps in our women's pro race. Man, this has been an aggressive race. I love this style of racing. Sprinters sending their riders up the road to try to shake this race down. They're not choking it at the neck. They're giving free rein right now to let this race unfold. Beautiful tactical racing here in Athens.
And that was Skylar Schneider, 16-year-old Skylar Schneider sitting third wheel coming through the start-finish. I expect to see great results from her tonight, only 16 years old, and she's racing here with her sister, 24-year-old Sam Schneider.
And it's great to see such a young pair of fantastic racers. Those two riders are the future of American cycling in the women's category, so great to see those riders doing so well.
So Jeff, Jeff's over in the VIP area, and Jackie, I don't think he has fruit juice right now.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Jeff.
He's Aussie, right?
I was trying to hide back here. Come on, Jeff.
It's okay. I'm coming in here and getting me some Creature Comforts in a minute. All right, so here comes your pace car. We're not going to get in front of Dave. Don't dare do that. Hey, Jackie, this is for that preem, and they've got 7 laps left to go. 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. 7 laps left to go. 7 to go, 7 to go. And there goes Julie Kulieska. Love saying that name. There's Bill. Tail gunning.
This is what I mean by it's anyone's race tonight. We've got sprinters, we've got time trialists. They're really going at it here. We've seen a lot of aggression so far, but that gives, we've got tons of opportunities for any up-and-comers. And you'll notice we've got collegiate nationals, you may not be aware, in Richmond, Virginia next weekend. And many of your collegiate riders will be using this race as a warm-up for that race in Richmond, Virginia next weekend.
Great point, great point. Hey, Jeff, I'm going to play counter to Jackie. Jackie's a good sprinter, but not what we'd call a pure sprinter. You, on the other hand, young man, are a sprinter. How are you playing these last 6 laps?
With 6 laps to go at this point in the race, we know it's going to come down to a field sprint. So the key is what's happening with your nose. You want to keep your nose clean, out of trouble, and out of the wind. If there's any wind on your nose, you don't want to be in that situation. And this is where you want to use your teammates to your advantage to stay out of the wind. So this is not great for Morgan Patton to be on the front. Morgan Brown, I should say, sorry. It's not great for her to be on the front and pushing wind. She needs to be in 2nd, 3rd, back to 5th position even. Try to keep her nose clean.
Great strategic analysis from Jackie Kroll and Jeff Hopkins. My name's Chad Andrews. Welcome to a live feed. 5 to go and a points preem. 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 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points. A 6 to go. Well, we're getting to 6th. We're going to see 5. They're not paying attention to me anyway. 6 to go, now 5. My apologies for you guys in the truck. And if you're on the live stream, this is live, so things are going to go wrong. 6 to go. They're going to see 5 laps to go when they come back around. This was for the 5 to go sprint. But they know. They're seeing the... All right, so we've got expert analysis from Jackie. We have expert analysis from Jeff. I'm going to give my 2 cents here. I think that this is going to be a battle royale between these riders. Laura Van Gilder, wicked turn of speed. Sam Schneider, wicked turn of speed. Christy Keeling, You're following with me on this one. Tina Pick, a former winner here and former national champion multi-time. Teresa Cliff Ryan, another great sprinter. Who am I missing on this list, I think? Oh, Goki Smith, another one racing for Pepper Palace. She may be there for a lead out or whatever. This is for 5 laps left to go right here, Jeff. And I'll tell you what, the rubber's meeting the road right now. We have a bike race for the sprinters, I think.
Yes, it's time to break out the briefcases and get down to business.
5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. And it looks like Goki Smith then, with 5 laps left to go, ladies. 5 to go in our women's pro bike race here. So Jackie, with 5 laps left to go, you have a teammate that's a sprinter. What's your objective as a domestique?
You know, it can get quite complicated when it comes down to a sprint like this because it never goes how you planned. You might have a specific plan, but it's important to be able to adapt to changing situations. And so if I'm a domestique right now and I have a sprinter, I would try and get my sprinter into a good position, which, being as this is a long sprint, I would say the winner of this race is going to be the 3rd or 4th, like Jeff was talking about, 3rd or 4th wheel through this last turn, and then use up those riders in front of them to get to the finish line first.
Yep, spot on, Jackie Kroll. You and I at Healthcare Pro Cyclists. Here along with me and my sidekick, Jeff Hopkins, who's been with me for the past couple of years. We're here to break it down for you. Hopefully we'll be able to pin the right on whoever's going to be the champion of our women's pro crit here. Extremely active so far. Super energetic. Love this style of bike racing. They just didn't say this is coming down to a sprint. They have thrown billet and haymaker and salvos over the bows of each one team ship as they're coming through. They're going to see 4 to go, Athens. Bang the barriers and give them a little bit of love here. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go. 4 to go, 4 to go in our women's crit.
And I definitely saw some bumping of elbows as they came through that start-finish line, and that's because we're 4 laps to go. That's 4 kilometers. It's very important to be in good position right now.
Yeah, right now, Jeff, I'm sending you Sam Schneider, who is sitting second wheel, I think. It might be Skylar setting up her sister and Sam. We shall see, Jeff, as they're coming up towards the the backstretch.
And Pepper Palace on the front right now, followed by Tibco. And it looks like both of those teams are massing at the front. And most unfortunately, big news on the back straight. Laura Van Gilder has suffered a flat tire.
Oh,
so
no.
She's not going to be able to finish the race.
Oh, that is unbelievable bad luck. Ladies and gentlemen, your current overall leader in the USA Crit Championship Series and a strong candidate for being on the top step. From what I understand from Jeff on the backstretch is that she is flattened. Well, guess what? The free lap rule has expired and she will not get a free lap here. Oh, what a bummer, Jackie.
Wow, that is heartbreaking. I mean, if I had to pick someone to win this sprint, it would have been her. And now, I mean, it's I've said this too many times, but it's anyone's race.
It's an open house, and who is going to go shopping for the win? We have 3 to go, 3 to go. 3 laps left to go, 3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go. 3 to go, and Jackie, we talked about it. If you're watching this on the live stream, you can see on the front that everybody, and I do mean everybody's looking around trying to find that sweet spot as Pepper Palace is now taken to the front. Oh, and we've had a crash. Oh my gosh, this is what you call a bizarre finish to our women's race. The free lap rules expired, Jackie. And Goki Smith, one of our favorites right now, has hit the deck.
Well, you'll see with the women left in the race, we have Teresa Cliff Ryan and Tina Pick being organized at the front. They're exchanging some words I saw through the start-finish saying, how are you feeling? Do you want me to lead you out? Do you want to do a lead out for me? And they're now my top pick for the sprint.
Yeah, I mean, right now you've got Christina Goki Smith and Laura Van Gilder. 2 of your best sprinters are now exit stage left of this race. One because of a flat, Jeff, and the other one because of a crash.
And this could be a real problem for some of the bigger teams. They're losing riders left, right, and center. I see 2 Fearless Femme in that group, 2 Pepper Palace, and 3 Tibco riders. So this is great for all of the independent riders in this race that don't have big teams with them. But unfortunately, Morgan Brown being caught off the back just a little bit now. So hopefully that pace can ease enough for her to get back in the fold to get herself in position for the sprint.
Yeah, Morgan Brown has now got on contact.
How did that happen?
Hey, heads up, ladies, heads up, ride her down, stay to the left, stay to the left, stay to the left. So another accident, Jeff, on the home stretch. This is very nervous, and Jackie, we talked about it. These riders are super nervous right now.
This is unbelievable. I've never seen so much carnage so late in this race. Of course, we'll see it on the last lap because everyone's antsy, but it seems to have happened earlier in this race than in past years.
And there's a fight, and when they come back around, Jeff, they're going to have one to go. Wow. Everybody take a breath, at least collectively for the peloton. If you're watching us on the live stream, we're like on pins and needles here. All right, so when they come back around, hey, Athens, yeah, okay, it's been crazy, it's been insane, but I want you to scream and bang as loud as you possibly can. I want 20 to 30,000 people going absolutely nuts. And right now, this tips towards Fearless Femme and potentially our team from Pepper Palace. Looks like Christy Keeley has survived.
But I see Tibco getting organized as well, and I'm not sure who those riders are, but they're on the tail of Fearless Femme, and when you see those two riders working together, oh, and we have a preem.
We have one to go. One lap left to go in our women's race, and there's a fight. I do think that 4 riders escaped the carnage, it looked like. Skylar Snyder, Sam Snyder, Teresa Cliff Ryan, Jeff, Christy Keeley, and on top of that, it does look like Tina Pick did survive. Holy moly, coming your way, buddy.
And Tina Pick using all of her 9 lives in this race. She just skipped the wheel around turn 1. But here they come, Fearless Femme on the front. This is their best opportunity for victory. But Pepper Palace, Christy Keeley right there, and the Snyders right behind them. All those riders right in the front that we've been talking about all the way. But Fearless Femme taking the bull by the horns for Tina Pick. She is in prime position right now for this finishing sprint as they round the second last corner. It looks like Snyder's for Tibco up there in 3rd and 5th, and Christy Keeley trying to hold there too. Here they come onto the home stretch.
And there's the sprint. Teresa Cliff Ryan, Tina Pick, Sam Snyder, Christy Keeley. Your winner is gonna be Tina Pick. Tina Pick again is your champion.
10 years after winning this race in 2004, Tina Pick wins again in 2014. This is amazing bike racing. I'm very, very happy for her.
Tina Pick, your champion again. Wow.
I think that just shows what experience can do for you. The Fearless Femme riders holding back all the way, and a perfect lead out for Tina Pick to take the victory here tonight for the Fearless Femme racing team.
And it looked like, I think, Sam Schneider on the inside getting 2nd place. I'm not positive because Jackie and I were focused on 1st place, but wow, what a humdinger of a race. Woo, everybody exhale, my. And of course, we're going to get a word here with Tina. Then we're going to come over to the VIP area and grab ourselves some creature comfort. I want to thank, of course, our good friends from Athens Dodge for the great-looking pace car. All right, whew. Ashley, are you tired? Want to thank the guys from Journey Juice for hooking me up. Wow. We'll split this, Jackie. And we're going to get Creature Comforts to hook us up, and we're going to be great. Thanks again for Journey Juice, one of our great sponsors of the day. Thank you. All right, so unofficially, your top 5, ladies and gentlemen. In 5th place is going to be Cynthia Leonard. In 4th, Christy Keeley. In 3rd, Lazar Ricetta. In 2nd, Sam Snyder. And your winner today, Tina Pick.
And these ladies are rolling through the start-finish line again, just chatting. And real quick, I'd like to plug the Women's Cycling Association. Robin Farina brought it up when she was commentating for Winston-Salem, and I have to plug it real quick.
Yeah, no, go for it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
I thought I'd do
that.
You know, these girls compete internationally as well, and so you saw them compete against each other here. But when you race internationally, you realize that you're all teammates when you're from the United States. And the Women's Cycling Association is association established just recently. And if you want to follow them or learn more about them, you can go to www.womenscyclingassociation.com or follow them at WCA_tweet and get more information about how to improve as a female cyclist and be mentored. They offer a mentorship program as well. So find out more information. I certainly encourage you, and we need more women to be in this sport because it is a team sport, and when we go to the Olympics in Rio, we need more women and we need more strong women, and so that's the whole goal of the WCA. Oh, sorry.
Creature Comforts, David and Adam. Adam and David. David. Gotcha. Adam and David. Give us just a second. We're going to interview somebody here real quick. These guys are the head brewmasters for Gene. Get out of the way. Hugs and kisses. Where's the one that we want to talk to? All right, so I think we've got Tina coming. Tina, I'm going to grab you by your ear and pull you here. Chop, chop. We can talk to family after the race. We got stuff to do here. Good gracious. Hey, guys, let the women through there for me. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Push through, guys. Push through. There we go. Well, hi, I'm Chad.
I'm Tina.
Nice to meet you, Tina. I'm just kidding. Wow, I mean, this is like, I don't dare say this, but it was like a Renaissance ride. I mean, it was just an amazing, I mean, you've won here multiple times, national championships. What does it mean to win here in Athens tonight?
It's like, it's everything to me because I lived here for so long and I went to school here and this is where I started riding and it's like a home to me. So it's awesome and my teammates were just incredible.
Yeah, they were. And what was going through your mind? I know it was, I don't want to say sketchy, but it was definitely aggressive, super aggressive. And in the end, everybody was just, I don't know, maybe a lack of attention or maybe too much attention. What was kind of going through your head and your teammates' head?
Well, I mean, it was kind of dicey there with a couple corners to go. And we were like hitting and, you know, it was like, it's my wheel, because it was Teresa. And she was just, she'd been going all day, like chasing stuff down. And she was just a ridiculous lead out. So once we got around the last corner, I was like, I mean, we've got it. I know we've got it.
Well, sure you did. And another win here in Athens, of course, multi-time national champion Tina Pick, racing for Fearless Femme. Congratulations on winning today's Athens Twilight.
Thanks, Chad.
All right, so Tina's going to go get ready for a podium presentation after the men's race. What a great race by Tina and the team, and we are just about ready for our call-ups. Jackie, you're over there eating, and Jeff's over there drinking cold beverages. Somebody's got to work. I'm kidding. So we're going to do the podium presentation after the men's race. And a great celebration from our Fearless Femme women's team. And Adam and David, while they're celebrating, come on out here, guys. Let's talk about, so I tell you what, I'm going to have one of you over here and one of you over here. We'll make a Chad sandwich. All right, so, guys, I mean, I'll be honest. I am a beer snob, rightfully so, because microbrews are popping up everywhere. But I'll be honest, I tried the IPA yesterday, really light, crisp, sharp. Give us an idea of just how special this beer is.
It is pretty awesome. We're just really happy to be able to offer some really high quality beers to Athens, and couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and where did the name Creature Comfort come from? What a brilliant name! I mean, there's so many unique names you could call a beer or a brewery. Why Creature Comfort?
Well, we like to think that we're all creatures and we like to be comfortable. So a beverage will comfort you when you need something. And it's something that you can attain, basically. So it's something you work hard for, and at the end of the day, you can enjoy the creature comforts of life.
So my end of the day starts in about 45 minutes, so I'll hunt you guys down. Again, thanks a lot for sponsoring the Athens Twilight. Of course, the Athens Orthopedic Clinic. What two beers are we featuring tonight before I let you guys go?
We have the Tropicalia IPA and our Reclaim Rye, which is a rye amber aged on French oak.
French oak. So we did all French. Guys, thanks a lot, and I look forward to tasting some of your fruits. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys in the VIP area. Thank you. There's Jennifer. Jennifer, come on down here with me. Come on down here with me. Where's Jennifer Sapp from Athens Orthopedic? Come on over here, Jennifer. You've been busy today. My goodness. Hey, everyone on the live stream, this is Jennifer from Athens Orthopedic. So, Jennifer, why in the world did Athens Orthopedic decide to get involved with this big race? I mean, you guys, right up there, it says you guys are the title sponsor. What's it mean to you?
It means so much. We've been around since 1966. We love Athens. We love this community. We just wanted to give back. And these are some of our physicians. This is Dr. Chip.
Dr. What's your name?
Ogburn.
Dr. Ogburn, and you are?
Orman Mahoney.
Orman, and you are?
Dr. Johnson.
Dr. Johnson. I'm sent a trend here. Doctors.
Manfredi.
Manfredi. And who's this guy? What's your name? Lawton?
Yeah.
Welcome to Athens Orthopedic Clinic, Twilight. You got that? Hey, guys, thank you so much for the sponsorship. It's been fun. I've been rattling off Athens Orthopedic Clinic, Twilight, bam, 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 bam. We want to thank you guys. Hashtag. Matter of fact, I'm going to call out the Athens Orthopedic Clinic. I want a selfie from, do you guys know what a selfie is? Okay, I want a selfie from you guys, and I want you to post it to Instagram. We're going to do it, and you guys all follow it. Hey, Megan, she's going to push it out for you. Big round of applause, guys, for Athens Orthopedic Clinic for putting on the Athens Twilight. And your daughter, wait, let's do this. How about this? We'll all do it together. Come on. Get in here. This is the Athens Orthopedic Clinic. Oh, other way. Got to turn that around. This is the Athens Orthopedic Clinic selfie. Ready? All right. There we go. I know I stole from Ellen. Thank you, guys. Again, Athens Orthopedic Clinic. Great job, guys. Thank you. Ooh, a lot going on here. All right, Adam and David are going to be our official starters along with our folks from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. All right, so enough of this. We're ready to bike race. Jackie, you ready for call-ups? Just shake your head, yes. I'm ready for call-ups. Eat your dinner. Eat your dinner. All right, so We are now ready. Ashley, is this the official call-up list that we're together on this one? All right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we are now going to do our call-ups. Our first call-up, ladies and gentlemen, he races for champion system, stands, no tubes. A warm round of applause for, that's Gabby Epstein right there. There's Gabby. Our next call-up, he races for the French-Canadian-based team, Garneau Québécois, former Canadian crit champion. Big round of applause for Ben. I've got a flat Chaddock. All right, we'll call him up in a minute. Our next call-up, ladies and gentlemen, he races for Giant On-Road Team. He's out of Big D, Dallas, Texas. And a good friend of mine, Jeff Godsey. He races for Atlantic Cycling Racing, presented by MetLife. He's out of Athens, Georgia, you guys, you all. Big round one of applause for Mark Babcock. Mission Sources out of Marietta, Georgia, Dylan Duggan. These guys rocked our Comp Trainer Grid qualifiers yesterday. Stands, no tubes, presented by Proferen's Mike Stone. Come on out here, Mike. Oh, heads up. There we go. There's Mike. Wave to everybody, Mike. Kiss babies. Our next call-up, ladies and gentlemen, we call him Big Watt. He's out of Athens, Georgia, racing for Cycle Sports Concepts, Matt Watley. He's out of Guyana, ladies and gentlemen, racing for CRCA Foundation, Garon Williams. Our next call-up out of Athens, Georgia. Yeah, last week he won the Georgia State Criterium Championship, racing for Lightspeed BMW, Jordan Heimer. Our next call-up is from Argentina, ladies and gentlemen, racing for James Hagensbergen, presented by Sutter Home, Demi Saleman. Racing for InCycle Predator Components, multi-time Trinidad and Tobago national champion, we call him Trini, Abil Abraham. Nice little approach to our call-ups. Our next call-up, racing for Athlete Octane out of Morgan Hill, California, former national crit champion, Daniel Holloway. Living in Miami, Florida, via Pina del Rio, Cuba, ladies and gentlemen, racing for Stradale, Josvani Falcone. Former U.S. Criterium champion, USA Crits overall champion, 10th overall right now in USA Crits, racing for Champion System, stands, no tubes, Isaac Howe. There's Isaac. Oh, watch out. All right, hey, Ben, you don't have to go too far. Let's call you up now. Ladies and gentlemen, racing for Garneau Québécois. Version 2.2 of the call-ups, former Canadian National Crit Championship, Ben Chaddock. Our next call-up, ladies and gentlemen, he races for CRCA Foundation out of the Dominican Republic. 9th overall in the USA Crits, Rafael Meron. 8th overall in the USA Crits, racing for Stellus Cycling Team, Chris Uberti. Seasucker, Gut and Plan Coaching, 7th overall in the USA Crits. We call him the Gut. Ladies and gentlemen, David Gut and Plan. Where's the Gut? Nope, not yet. All right. Our next call-up, ladies and gentlemen, currently sitting 6th overall in the USA Crits Championship Series. He's out of Athens, Georgia. Thomas Brown. Former U23 National Criterium champion. Now living in Greenville, South Carolina, racing for Hidden Cappy Sportswear Devo, Ty Magner. Currently 5th overall in the USA Crits, racing for stands, no tubes, presented by Proferen. Living in Greenville, South Carolina, Ben Ren Kema. out of Miami, Florida. 4th overall and Max's Best Young Rider, presented by Cycling News. Racing for Team United Healthcare Project 706, David Quelle. Your Bike Reg Lap Leader, presented by News. Racing for Garneau Québécois out of Quebec, Remy Pelletier Roy. Living in Athens, Georgia, by way of Havana, Cuba. Racing for Team United Healthcare of Georgia 706 Project. He's 3rd overall in the USA Crits, Frank Travieso. Here comes Sketch. So, you ready, David? All right, ladies and gentlemen, racing for C Sucker Gutton Plan Coaching, David Gutton Plan, version 2.2 of the call-ups. All good? All right. Currently sitting 2nd overall in the USA Crits. Right out of Argentina, racing for Incycle Predator Components, Ricardo Escuela. And these are the guys that lit up our CompuTrainer Grid Qualifier last night in front of a monstrous crowd. Our next call-up, ladies and gentlemen, top 8 in our grid qualifiers. Races for Miss Roses, presented by Jay Brown, Zach Cratchy. There's Zach. Top 8 in the grid qualifiers, races for Team Cliff Bar Cycling out of Carson City, Nevada, Paul Morris. Top 8 also, racing for Team Smart Stop, Travis Liverman. Another heavy hitter, racing for Cherry Street Cycles out of Catula, Georgia, John Stowe. Our next call-up out of Clemson, South Carolina, Miss Roses, presented by Jay Brown, Alex Kellum. Bissell ABG Giant, East Jordan, Michigan's Mac Brennan. And your winner of the Georgia Cycle Sport CompuTrainer Finals last night, race for Cappy Devo Team, Oscar Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, he's out of Boulder, Colorado. Racing for Champion Systems, Stands No Tubes. Your 2013 Athens Twilight Champ, Kevin Malevy. All right, so gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen especially, if you would kindly remove your hats and your helmets, we're going to have the national anthem. All right, so settle down for a second. I've got one more little administration thing. Then we want you guys, look at all that crowd up there. This is 50 deep. Hey, a special presentation. Where's Ashley Travieso? Where's Ashley? Ashley. Come on out here. Come here. Come on. Gene is now proposing to you. No, I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for 10 years of tireless work and thankless work. Ashley Travieso is going to get, who's the designer? Jason Shulkitz. She's going to get the award. So, again, you guys have no idea how hard this young lady works. So, thanks, Ash, for all you do for Athens Twilight. All right. Y'all good? Y'all ready? Hey, DJ May. 80, we all know it. 80, don't you run me over. Let me hit this word. 80 laps, no more free laps with 8 laps to go. If you're out of contention, please be withdraw kindly and efficiently. And I think, actually the guys, Adam and David from, I think from Creature Comforts is going to start it. You guys got it? And Athens Orthopedic. Hey, it's DJ May. Do you have something that's just bombing right now that we could blow this place up? Hey, Athens, Georgia, are you ready? No. Go, let's in! Preem on the first lap, $250. Preem on the first lap, $250 Preem. Whoa. All right, so Jackie, Lewis, Jeff, I'm done. It's all you guys.
And that's an enormous amount of money on the line for this first lap. And the pace is most definitely on as they come up the backside. Let's hear it for our racers backside of the course. Athlete Octane on the front. Frank Travieso there in 3rd position. David Guttenplan back there in 6th place. The wind coming off the field is fantastic as they come past us here at the top of the hill. They'll be rounding turn 3 right now and onto turn 4 and onto the home stretch. Who's going to take the cold, hard cash straight out of our sponsors' pockets?
Watch out, watch out.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm seeing people who started on the front line already halfway back through the peloton. That's bad news for them.
We call him Little Frank, but he got a lot of money there, $250 cash right there. So compliments of Athens Orthopedic Clinic, 1 lap of 80. Chad Andrews, along with Jackie Kroll, Jeff Hopkins, my good buddies on the other side of the course, and Lewis will also be jumping in for some fun. For those of you who are watching us on the live stream, welcome to the granddaddy of them all, the Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight Criterium. You know, we don't have to embellish the crowd. You know how big the crowd is here. It is 10, 15 deep. We've got people hanging off the trees right now, Jeff, here at the home stretch.
Sorry I missed you there, Chad, but the pace is most definitely on at the front of the field. Pace nice and strung out. Oscar Clark sitting pretty right there in about 4th position. It's going to be interesting to see how the Hincapie development plays it. They don't have a full squad at this race, so we'll see how they're going to play out this race, but they do have one of the sprinters, Ty Magna.
Jeff, it was single file, and our chief official, John Patterson, had to hold on to his hat because it almost flew off his head because the speeds were so fast. And Jackie, what is your modus operandi these first couple laps in a race that has 150 riders in it?
I'd say, I mean, you just got to be thinking to yourself, get to the front, get to the front, get to the front, because actually there's that sweet spot around 5th to 10th wheel where it's easier to be at the front than at the back. And, you know, the key to bike racing is drafting, but if you're at the back of this race, you're in big trouble. I mean, you're seeing this accordion effect happen already just 2 laps into this race. Guys are getting strung off the back just because they're having to accelerate or brake and then re-accelerate out of each turn.
All right, so Jeff, they're going to be coming back to you in just a second, but it is a free-for-all right now on the front. It looks like Garneau Chemical is in a team time trial, would appear. These first 5 laps, Jackie, are going to be absolutely whip straight. We got one rider that's got a flat, a couple of flats it looks like, as Cleve Blackwell is done or heading in or jumping in, or I don't know what he's doing, but he's trying to get back into the race. And Jeff, they're coming to you, and it's about 20 seconds from the front to the back right now.
And the key for these riders at the back of the field in these early laps is survival. Typically in a race like this, the first 10 or 15 minutes will be absolutely hell for leather, and then the pace will usually come after that first 15 minutes. So for these riders in the middle of the pack and towards the back, they've just got to stay in contact for these first 15 minutes until the pace eases just a little bit, and they may be able to make it all the way to the finish from there.
What does that mean? All right. Can you do
What we're talking right now in generalities, because right now Jackie and I and Jeff will tell you that this race is far from getting started. Right now they're just firing.
Let me stop you there,
Go
Chad.
ahead.
We've actually got a points cream on this lap. 5 deep, points cream on this lap. 5 deep, points cream, points cream.
Points cream on the next lap. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points respectively. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Points cream on the next lap. Points cream on the next lap. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2.
We sure are having a lot of flats here very early on in this race. Wonder what that's about.
As we saw in our women's race, these preem sprints are a great launching pad for a break. So this could be an opportunity for some of those riders keen to get out early off the front to take the bull by the horns and attack off of the sprint when the pace eases off in the main field.
All right, so Jeff, the pace is on right now. The lap is 57 seconds. We're estimating that throughout the course of the race, on average, they're going to be taking over laps 110, 112. That's usually about, and 115 is about what we expect here in Athens. So if you're on the home straight, you better not be looking at another preem.
Ride to Rock has a preem of $100. Ride to Rock, $100 preem.
And guess who snuck in and got that points right there? Ben Renkemper. We've had a crash on the turn. So we've had several riders that look like Watley was down for Cycle Sport Concepts. A little shaken up if you're watching us in the live stream, trying to assess the damage. And Ben Renkemper right there for our friends at Stan's No Tubes picks up the preem and the maximum points. So that's going to move him up the overall.
And the attacks are coming thick and fast at the front of the group. Oscar Clark and Ty Magna both represented up in the front, top 6 riders, and they are right there ready to cover some of these moves. But the pace is most definitely on and furious at the front with the top 20 or 30 riders absolutely single file onto the home stretch.
And if you're new to us right here, hey guys, we got the pace car coming up on your left, and riders are now going into the pit. About 7 to 8 riders, it looks like, are going into the pit. All right, guys, there's a crash in turn 1.
There
so
we go,
be
the
careful.
preem brought to you by Right to Rock. The preem, $100. And guys, if you were out, this wind, they are kicking some wind up, Chad.
Yeah, and that's what, I mean, the first laps of a crit of this nature are going to be absolutely white hot. And riders are getting put back into the race. This is just a nervous night here in Athens where we've got guys getting in the pit and then they're getting out of the pit and then they go back into the pit again. So it's just a nervous night of bike racing here in Athens. And that's, hey, this is the Athens Twilight, Jeff, and that's exactly what happens here.
And gaps are starting to open in the middle of the group. So this could be a telling few laps for half of the riders in this race. If those gaps aren't closed down quickly, they're going to lose the draft and they'll end up getting tailed off from our lead group and pulled from the race.
And right now, they're just trying to hold on, Jackie. The first laps of a criterium of this magnitude and this short distance with this crowd, your job is just to get to the front, as you said. Anything else that you find imperative for the riders as they go into lap 4 and 5?
Yeah, Chad, and you mentioned it's a nervous night of bike racing. We've seen several crashes here in both the men's and the women's race. And that's just part of, cycling and the sport of cycling, but it's also part of night crit racing, and the nervousness comes from, the crowd. We've got a great crowd here. There's extra pressure on the riders for that reason, and we have the nighttime racing where you see the shadows, and the shadows tend to make riders jumpy because it creates the illusion when you're in the pack of riders moving up and swarming you. So it makes riders in the peloton jumpy, and that may be one reason why you're seeing so many crashes right here tonight.
For those of you who are watching us on the World Wide Web, welcome to the northeastern part of the state of Georgia, Athens, Georgia. Chad Andrews here along with Jackie Kroll. On the front stretch, on the back stretch is Jeff Hopkins, and this has been lights out racing. The women's race was crazy with Tina Pick picking up the win again. After 10 years of being off the top step, she's now back. But more importantly, Jackie, this is a bee's nest right here in our men's race.
We've got a little bunching at the front, followed by a long, long string of single file riders fighting to get up into that front bunch, and now we have riders coming in from the pits. So it's just, actually, it's quite chaotic out there, I'd say.
Your first rider across the line is going to pick up a point with Isaac Howe from Champion Systems. Stands no twos, and Isaac, all the top riders are fighting for real estate, not because there's a sprint coming, not because there's preems coming. What they're trying to do is reduce the numbers, Jeff. If you're in the back, your numbers increase and possibly getting mixed up in a crash.
Yes, Chad, you talk about real estate, and it's a negotiation amongst all these riders. Who wants that real estate more? So you're riding next to the person next to you wants where you're at, and you want where the person next to you is at. So you got to convince them without using any words that you need to be there and not them. So that's where some of these accidents can come into play, with riders pushing and shoving for position, even as early on as we are in the race right now.
And Lewis, I understand that we've got something else happening here.
Oh yeah, we got a preem. The sound of that bell is a preem. Schweppes Silver Water, $100. That is the preem lap right here. And hey, if you're out there and you are ready to tweet and you see these guys coming by, take a picture, make sure you tweet, use the hashtag AOC Twilight. Hashtag AOC Twilight. We're going to get this trending by the evening. Hey, Athens, when they come by again, let's hear how loud you can get. We are streaming live on the internet.
Yep, Jess, so they're coming to you. We've been saying it's like a fracas right now. It's unorganized, it's disorganized, and it's nervous.
And the Starlight Apparel racing team on the attack. And I know my man Stratton Delaney is looking at the live feed on YouTube right now, feeling pleased that his rider is attacking off the front for the Starlight Apparel team. So great to see that Roanoke, Virginia team having a go at the front right now, and more riders pushing the pace, trying to link up with that Starlight Apparel rider.
Yeah, so Starlight, they were active in our CompuTrainer Grid qualifiers, team based out of Virginia, and they are trying to light this race and torch it right now. And Starlight, they flipped it. It is Starlight now trying to get up the road with two riders trying to bridge. A flurry of activities happening here on the home stretch as the Athens Twilight enters 70 laps left to go. 70 laps left to go, Jackie, in the 2014 Athens Orthopedic Clinic.
Hey, Chad, I'm thinking that Athens can get a little bit louder than that. We are here. We've been here all day long. We know you have it in you, Athens. Where my dogs at?
Oh, yeah, they're going to be barking.
There you go. That'll get them started.
No, you wait. With 5 laps left to go, we're going to have this place shaking. Thank you, Josie. When I mean shaking, if you're wearing dentures, you're going to come rocking out. Kids, mom, dad, uncles, everybody's going to be screaming loud. What we like to do is like to pace you. We don't want everybody getting fired up and burning out and flaming out. So essentially what happens is that we build it to a crescendo. And Lewis is right. We know that Athens is capable of just completely going bat crazy.
Preem coming up. You sounded the bell. $100 from Mayor Nancy Deanson. that. She is throwing down a $100 premium right now on this lap. That's how we do it, a race within inside of a race.
Where's the mare again? She's
throwing around. She's right across the line right there, right across the finish line.
She's going to empty out her bank account here at the Athens Orthopedic Clinic Criterium. And Jeff, they're coming to you, and it's still a disorganized mess, so to speak.
Yes, that's right, Chad. You mentioned earlier that this is just like a big hive, and you guys keep poking sticks in there with these sprint preems, courtesy of all of our fantastic sponsors, and that's really getting these guys antsy at the front of the field, trying to sprint it out to get some of this cash money. If they don't think they're going to be able to feature in a finishing sprint, they're going to go for some of these sprint preems. So you guys keep throwing them up. That's going to keep this pace nice and high as 5 riders trying to go clear right now.
Yep, Jeff, and as of course, here comes our Twilight Athens Dodge pace car. Here comes our lead moto and Dave. And right now it's angry on the front as Garneau Quebecor has decided that they're going to crack this thing. And right now, Jackie and Lewis, what they're trying to do is set this race up so that it's fast, 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 fast. And then as soon as it relaxes, somebody's going to attack and get away, and it's going to form our first breakaway. Jeff, I do think, without a doubt, that we are going to have 1, possibly 2 breakaways formed tonight. I can't tell you whether I think they'll stick, but we're definitely going to have some action coming.
Yes, I definitely agree with you there, Chad. That would be the safe money bet, is that a small group, 4 to 5 riders, tends to be a great size around this course. Any larger than that, they tend to not work well together. So they'll be looking to springboard off some of these preem sprints, and the field is really coming apart this lap up the backside. The field is totally strung out, and riders starting to come off the back, left, right, and center.
And that right there is an indication to me, as soon as it relaxes, if there's a pause in the next lap or two, somebody's going to throw a vicious attack on this peloton, and it's going to launch our first, what we call a breakaway, where a couple of riders squeeze away. As Garneau Quebecor, again, Jackie, is our main protagonist, trying to get this thing where we get a breakaway to happen. And Jeff, you nailed it, man. This thing is starting to have gaps in it.
Yeah, this race is certainly starting to come apart. And I actually have a question for both Chad and Jeff. I mean, some of the bigger teams aren't here. I mean, we expect a lot from Astellas as after their win at Winston-Salem. So they're obviously a big contender here. But we don't have United Healthcare here to set up a good lead-out train. So what are the teams we should be looking for as far as coming down to a sprint finish, if it does come down to one?
Oh, wow, that's a handful of racers right there. You've got Smart Stop, who's got a couple riders here. Hincapi Devo, they've brought a full, strong squad with them. Garneau Quebecor, 706 Project with Frank Travieso and David Quelly. I mean, the list goes on and on. We've got, of course, Demis Alaman and the guys from Jameis Sutter Home. They're super strong. I think 6 or 7 teams could win this race if it comes down to a field sprint. Jeff, what are your thoughts? And just as soon as we say that, 2 riders, Chris Uberti from Astellas, and it looks like Oscar Clark from Hincapi Devo has now attacked, and they've got a small gap, Jeff, as they head to turn 2 and up the hill towards you.
Yes, that's right, Chad. Oscar Clark launched the attack on the previous lap. It was the perfect time. The front of the field eased up, and he threw down a torpedo attack, taking one Astellas rider with him. And he's really laying down the smack right now. Quebecor, Garneau, sensing the danger. They're out after him right now, followed by one of our in-cycle Predator riders trying to get on the wheel as well, recognizing the danger. But it's like a bomb went off in the back of the field. It's people coming unglued all the way back, groups of 4 and 5 coming off the back all together. But the race up in the front is really on as Oscar sees the whole field up onto his wheel.
It does look like Uberti's been brought back along with Oscar Clark, but another salvo is on the front as Astellas is still there. That is Uberti. He is on the front trying to drag away at least a couple of riders with him, but a breakaway or at least some separation has happened, but a breakaway just can't seem to stick. Jackie, with this high pace like this, it's really hard to get away up the road right now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be attacking at a time like this, although you can keep the pace high just to make sure that you tire out the riders behind you, but, you know, you want to wait till the pack slows for an attack to go or for yourself to attack. And we're seeing some swelling here on the backstretch. Good time to attack, but I don't see any. And here comes the pace car through the start-finish line. And it is single file as these guys come through here, and I feel the wind coming off of them. Like Chad said earlier, the hats are blowing off. You got to hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, we have some riders coming off the back now, fighting for their lives back there.
And my former teammate, Chad the Hitman Hartley for Athlete Octane, on the front of the group right now. As he pushes the pace, Oscar Clark up onto his wheel. And the rest of the field coming through right now. The riders fighting as hard as they can to stay in the group. But at the front, not too much action quite yet. Looks like we may see Athlete Octane on the attack again. That looks like it might be Dan Holloway. But the group very attentive to some of these early attacks. No one able to open up a gap. Oscar Clark had opened a small one, but they reeled him right back in.
Yeah, and after Dan Holloway's performance at Charlotte, I expect nothing less of him to be more aggressive in this race. It looks like it is him.
Dan Holloway just races like his last breath is on the next pedal stroke.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you have to do it. You have to treat every race like it's the most important race, and he certainly shows that he does that. Because any race, I mean, if you give it your all every race, you're bound to win one of these times, and I think, you know, tonight might be his night.
And quite frankly, in Charlotte at the Novant Criterium, one of the stops in the USA Crits Championship Series, he's the only racer in my history of commentating that actually grabbed the microphone, but he didn't win the race. He just wanted to say, oh my God, that experience was awesome. And he's a national criterium champion, so that tells you what he thinks about this race. Or these races. Dan Holloway right now, Jeff, has got it pinned. He's got a Hincapie Devo rider. Is it Alexander Ray? It's hard to tell, but we'll find out here in just a second when they come back around.
Yes, Dan Holloway, they call him Hollywood. He's just come off of a stay velodrome racing season in Europe. So he's been racing hard all through the wintertime in Europe and establishing a nice solid gap now with Hincapie Development Team. And another Hincapie Development Team coming with United Healthcare of Georgia, our local Athens racing team, coming across with it may have been Oscar Clark to make our leading duo into a quartet.
And Jeff, right now, Hincapie Debo is throwing numbers into the breakaway. I saw another rider from the black and red trying to send another rider. So it looks like Thomas Craven, the team director for him, has now decided we are going to be super aggressive. We got a sprinter in Ty Magner, but we also, Jackie, have a lot of riders that can get away and stay away in an Oscar Clark or Alex Ray.
Yeah, Hincapie Debo, I mean, it's called having depth in your team. They have cards to play, and they're going to play them here tonight at Athens Twilight. And if, you know, we want to have the hashtag trending, hashtag AOC Twilight, AOC Twilight, is that it?
You got it, AOC Twilight, hashtag. If you're watching this from parts unknown.
$100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem.
All right, so right now, $100 preem on the next lap.
$100 preem.
And Travis Liverman from the Smart Stop has decided that breakaway with Alex Ray and Dan Holloway for Athlete Octane is just a little too dangerous. And look at these holes, Jackie. This is a sure sign that this race is probably going to be shredded down to 60 or 70 riders.
Yeah, these riders are popping off the back like flies. That $100 preem was from the College Moving Company.
And Smart Stop really driving the pace of our chase group. Our leaders are at 8 seconds right now. They'll take the $100 cold hard cash and they'll put it straight in the bank. We'll see if those two riders are going to sprint this out or if they'll create a truce amongst themselves and share the prize money of that preem. Some of these riders will do that. They'll form an alliance just for the short time they're off the front and split that money between them in order to give themselves the best chance overall towards the end of the race.
Yeah, there goes Dan Holloway, followed by Alex Ray on the back step right now. Every other team is not involved. That is not Athlete Octane, and that is not Hincapi Devo. Right now is in full chase mode. And a beautiful, let me rephrase that, a beautiful backdrop that is Athens for the Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight. And for those of you who are watching us on the live feed, this right here is American style racing, American bike racing. If you're looking at our live feed, you can see the barbecue, you can see, I don't know how many deep it is right now. What we'll do is we'll have the feed come out and we'll get the camera to be front and center down the middle of the race course, Jeff, to get a great perspective of what this race is doing.
I just saw something quite amazing. Even with this intense pace, Ty Magner just sat up, let go of his handlebars, and was having himself a little snack. He was having a gel snack in the middle of the race, just hands off the bars, get himself a little snack, get himself prepared for the second half of this race.
Like Vegemite, or like what kind of snack? Ray Holloway, Dan just pointed at us. Was he just, what was he doing, waving, saying hi to his mom on the live stream?
I know, his mom's
oh, I know she's watching.
Now. We know Daniel Holloway's mom is watching this race right now.
And for that respect, every mom that has a racer or a dad that has a racer in the women's crit or the men's crit. That's the beauty of the new style of bike racing, Jeff, is that you are, wherever you are, you can watch the great racing with 59 laps that they go. You can watch it on your iPhone, you can watch it on your Droid, you can watch it sitting up, drinking yourself a nice cold beverage, maybe compliments of Creature Comforts, on your laptop at home.
And one of our breakaway riders, Dan Holloway, they call him Hollywood, and he is one of the most responsive riders to crowd input. So if you want to get Dan Holloway really riding his pants off, got to be loud for him, and he'll hear it, and he'll rev up the pace. So let's hear it for Dan Holloway. They call him Hollywood. Let's go, Hollywood.
All right, so there's Alex Ray right there. Hey, Dan Holloway, guys, we're going to get you a time gap on the next one. 1,001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. And right now, Champion Systems is trying to bring it back and not look like Connor Malarvey, one of the Ginger twins, is having to do his work, Jackie, right there. As Connor Malarvey, Ginger 2, I think, on his Twitter handle. He's got a twin brother. His twin brother, yeah, he's a pretty good bike racer. He won last year. Identical twins. Racing in the men's pro peloton.
Is there something about having siblings who also race bikes that make you fast?
Yep, Sam and Skylar. Who else do we have?
Yeah.
We have 2 twins actually on Tipco.
Yeah.
Just food for thought there, you guys. All right, so right now they're kind of, Jeff, I think this may be, in your opinion, does a breakaway quiet the peloton?
And that sounded like a great roar from the crowd for Hollywood Holloway. We need to keep supporting him. 58 more laps to go for these riders. It's going to be a long way for those two. But great move for both of these teams, especially great move for Ty Magner. It puts the Hincapi development team into the driver's seat and really in control of this race. Those riders can take it easy on the pedals, as can the Athlete Octane team, and put the pressure on teams like Estellas and No Quebecor.
All right,
stands, no tubes.
Sorry about that, Jeff. So, Jackie, Jeff just gave us some very good points. When it's fast and furious like that at the beginning of the race, is the best way to settle the peloton down is to get a couple, 3, 4 riders up the road, and everybody can just kind of take a breath and then kind of assess how to go about tactically to race the race?
Early on in the race, you mean?
Early on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of a settling in type deal we have going on right here. Getting used to the atmosphere, getting used to the crowds. Many of the racers have never seen this type of crowd at a race before. So you got to get settled in. Yeah, that's the right way to put it, I think.
Settle in. I like that. So here comes your Dodge pace car, the Twilight, taking that right-hand turn. And here they come. 11 seconds to Holloway and Ray. 11 seconds.
Those are two dangerous teams right there. And you'll notice, like, their teammates are sitting back looking pretty, saying,
looking at
the other
teams
right like a Stellis, like you'll see is attacking right now, to bridge, because they're not represented in that breakaway.
Actually, that was Thomas Brown out of Athens, Georgia. Thomas Brown has just now trying to go across for a Stellis pro cycling team, Athlete Octane, a pro cycling team, Hincapi Devo, a pro cycling team. Jeff, if those three teams have riders in the break, would you consider that a dangerous move?
Yes, absolutely. At this point, some of these teams need to be careful and watch. Down at 13 seconds that time through. So if they can start building on that advantage, and 2 seconds per before this field can really get their act together and start chasing, before you know it, the gap's out to 30 seconds, and that's when this breakaway could become dangerous.
And we're going to have a preem on this lap, a $100 preem from Creature Comforts.
From Creature Comforts. Dig that name. 14 seconds is the gap right now. Hincapi Devo, they will not chase. Athlete Octane, they will not chase. All Racer Preem. All Racer Preem. All Racer Preem. All Racer Preem, and that was Alzate. Of course, you know Carlos. Well, his brother, Andres Alzate, the Colombian, just now attacked for Champion Systems, so he's kind of go across. We've got a crash in turn number 1 again. A stack up. Everybody's safe. Bill's there. Looks like Giant on the Road team has 3 or 4 riders that are in there. So watch this. We're gonna have, I'm gonna go down here. Let's go down here and let's see if the microphone will reach. Try to get a breakdown. You guys having fun? Yes, here comes the guy with the microphone. Run.
And Chad is making his way to the pits because he knows that there's going to be some action over there as these guys come around to get their free lap.
Yeah. So Jackie, I'm down here in the SRAM neutral support. Here comes our leaders right here. Ray's on the front in the black and red. Oh, that was close. And there's Dan Holloway second. But more importantly, I'm going to try to get the activity that's happening right here. We got all the SRAM guys here. Of course, they do a yeoman's job of making sure we've got, I don't know, maybe, hey guys, riders are going to be coming to the pit as Brennan right there, rider number 4, has now on the front. So I'm going to give you guys an idea, if you're watching us on the live, one rider is now coming into the pit right here. That's Ryan Sullivan. So Ryan is now in the pit, racing for United Healthcare Project 706. We got another, why am I holding this wheel? All right, so Ryan's going to get fixed over. Jackie, we've got a couple more coming in. Garneau Chemical, got a couple riders that are going to come in here.
And you'll notice they're raising their right hand if they have a rear flat and their left hand if they have a front flat.
That is super smart of you to know that. So Jackie called it right. Right is rear, left, so they can prepare when they come into the pit. So we got El Gato, we got Josh coming into the pit. We got Jordan Heimer is in the pit. A couple more riders are now coming into the pit. And there's your breakaway, 5 seconds. David Quelly is also in the pit. And David has lost some of his skin right now, Jeff. He went down hard in that crash.
Yes, this is one of
and what is this? 2 riders from Hincapi Devo trying to bridge? What? They're pulling out what they did in Tour of Utah. Graham Potter, he's in the pit. Goodness gracious, Jackie. And Jeff, there is absolute carnage on the race course right now. Riders are in the pit. We've got bikes trying to get fixed, and we've got a split in the field, Jeff. Coming to you.
And meanwhile, the carnage has been happening in the field. Our breakaway riders have been adding seconds to their time advantage. They're out to 20 seconds right now. And the Hincapie development team have been lucky enough to be at the front of the group and have put the pedal to the metal with Oscar Clark trying to chase across to our 2 leaders.
Yes. Jeff, right now we've got Cleve Blackwell from SRAM telling the riders with that wheel that we've got riders coming into the pit and riders leaving the pit. Alexei Schmidt, the Russian, heading to the pit right now. National track champion from Russia, he's in the pit as well. And look at these 2 guys trying to put, what are you guys doing? So they are trying to stack the deck right now, Jackie. Devo is trying to send 3 riders up the road.
Yeah, 3 riders. I mean, the 3-to-1 ratio there, if they get across, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better odds there.
And Jeff, we still have riders coming into the pit here. Still have riders coming into the pit. Gabby Epstein. Your current USA Crits overall leader, Frank Travieso, in the pit out of Athens, Georgia. Matt Musa from Stan's No Tubes in the pit. Man, this is a who's who of racing right now in our pit. Jeff, as they're coming to you.
Yes, it looks like Hincapie development team are really in the driver's seat. That's Ty Magna and Oscar Clark trying to chase across to our 2 leaders. 13 seconds was the gap from our leaders to our 2 chasers, and then about 28 seconds back to our main field. So if Oscar Clark and Ty Magna can make the connection.
All right, so we're here. Oh, sorry, Jeff, go ahead.
Hincapie development race, and Daniel Holloway was in a great position, but once those riders can catch, he's going to be well outmanned.
All right, so here we have the riders, guys. Riders are in the pit. Riders in the pit. Riders are in the pit right now. And I have got a interesting. Hey, Jackie, I'm going to get a quick interview here in a second, but I'm going to take it to you, and then we're going to toss it to Jeff.
And here comes Oscar Clark, Ty Magna. 7 seconds to catch the lead. They were 13 seconds on the previous lap, so they just took 5 seconds out of the advantage in 1 lap. And our field is so far back they could be well out of it. But Lightspeed BMW on the attack now. Looks like Heimer. So Lightspeed not content to sit back, but Stan's No Tubes on the front of the field. They've got 3 riders have moved to the front, trying to organize a chase. But it's going to be 3 Stan's No Tubes versus very shortly will possibly be 3 Hincapie development riders and Dan Holloway.
Right, so right now, we have got you 2 leaders. We've got 2 have bridged across right now. Hincapie Devo has 4 riders and 3 riders in the break right now. 3 riders in the break now, Jackie. This is bizarre.
I have never seen this before, especially happening here at Athens Twilight, and I know that many of you are repeat spectators here, and I don't think you guys have seen this before.
And Jackie, why do you think they're doing this?
You know, Jeff mentioned that it's a little bit luck, but I mean, in a sense it isn't. I mean, the Hincapie riders were at the front at the right time, and everyone knows that the front is the safest part of the race. So, I mean, you could say that the people who crashed had bad luck, but in a sense, you know, they were in the wrong place at the wrong time for a reason.
All right, so Jeff, right now we've got 3 Hincapie Devo riders in the breakaway. That is a bizarre set of circumstances. Never, never, never do you ever see that in a big-time criterium such as this in a short course. Have 3 riders from the same team in a breakaway this early in a race. We have 50 laps left to go.
16 seconds was the time gap on the backside as they came through.
And it looks like they're neutralizing the breakaway. I'm little confused. I'm not sure what's quite what's going on in here. Ashley, can you give us some insight? Ashley's saying no.
Hey, Jackie, Jeff, I am efforting it right now. Guys, we are neutralizing the race. Do an easy lap and then come back to the finish line. Easy lap, then come back to the finish line. Easy lap. Easy lap, come back to the finish line. Easy lap, come back to the finish line.
And you may be thinking, oh, you know, they get to relax for a lap. But in these guys' minds, I mean, it's like the start of the race all over again.
Yeah,
they have to make
this
sure.
makes it so unbelievably nervous, and here's why. You're a Porsche. You're a Dodge Ram. You are a car that's fired up and ready to go. You've been racing for 30 laps. You're in race mode extraordinaire right now, and all of a sudden we pulled the plug on it. Why? Because there is a crash, and for the safety of the riders, we've done what we call neutralize the race. Watch out, Gene. We're neutralized. We're neutral. So we've neutralized the race. We're going to bring the riders back to the start-finish line. We're going to give our breakaway a gap, and then we're going to control, delete, and reset this race. Everybody take a breath. Wow. So, John, are we going to hold him at the finish line? All right, we're going to hold him at the finish line. What we call this is neutralizing the bike race. And it's for the safety of all of the racers out there, because evidently there's a couple riders around on the course. All right, guys, listen up. Now keep going, nice and easy. One more lap, nice and easy. Really easy neutral lap. Everybody take a breath, including the racers. Oh, another one. And if you're coming back on the course, please do not. Well, at least you guys get a good view of all of our racers as they come to the finish line. What do you guys think about this? This is insane. Hey, Jeff, Jackie, have you guys ever seen two races at Athens like this?
I'm actually speechless. I'm not quite sure what to say. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, of course I've seen races neutralized before, but certainly not Athens Twilight.
Jeff, what about you, buddy?
Yes, it's definitely happened before, and the main thing to remember is we want all of our racers to go home safe tonight to all of their respective families. So safety is the most important thing at this point. It's a good move by our officials to stop the race while we can get the course clear and keep the situation safe for everybody that is still in the race. And of course, we hope our rider that was stretched off is going to be okay.
I just got a word from John DeLong there shaking his head. Everybody's shaking their head. Rich Hincapie. Everybody knew when they came into the pits that this race was going to be neutral, and that's only for the safety of all of our riders. And again, the laps are going to continuously tick down. All right, we're going to hold them here, guys. All right, guys, stop at the finish line, please. Stop at the finish line. 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 Or close to the finish line. All right, we need Ty, Alex, Dan, and Oscar, I think. Guys, roll right up here for me. Wait, where's Alex? Go ahead, Alex. 1 second. Stop. Come over here. Everybody take a breath. Dan, you good? Ty? Everybody take a breath. Hold on, guys. Stop for a second. We're going to get him, guys. Our pace car is going to get around 10. We're going to let those guys roll it back around. We're going to put them in front. We're going to start this thing again. Everybody exhale, including you guys. No, 4 guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let our officials talk it over. Don't be yelling. All right, so here's the deal. We had a little accident on the race course. Everybody listen up. Everybody take a breath. We know all the racers are super excited. We know all the guys that were in the breakaway are super excited. We had a motorcycle actually go down during the race, so most of the majority of the peloton, everybody sat up, so they took a breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Alex and Dan right up here in the front, and you guys are going to get 16 seconds. Alex, Ray. Alex, hey, Ray. Where's Dan? Holloway. He was just here a second ago. Come on up here, bud. You guys are going to get 16 seconds. You got it? John, you ready the pace car to make sure the pace car is ready? I feel like a traffic cop here. All right, Alex, Dan, you guys go ahead and go. We're going to give you 16 seconds. Guys, you're going to go on. I'm going to let you guys know when you can go. Hold it, 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 hold it. All right, go.
It was getting quite tense there, really, here at the start-finish line. Chad's passed out on the start-finish line.
I'm done.
It was getting quite tense. I saw some words were exchanged between teams.
Man, oh man. Hey, Jeff, I hope it's more civil on the backstretch. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, definitely. We've got a good crowd growing in the back straight here as has come through. Our field coming through. Dan Holloway out in front, continuing his breakaway. It's a really tough situation for our officials to keep control and to make sure that the plans for the race are communicated effectively while these riders are riding around the course at 30 miles an hour.
All right, so right now, Jack is like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. There is Ray, there is Holloway, and they had 16 seconds on this lap. Let's watch it. Let's see if the gap's gone up or it's gone down, Jackie. I have a feeling it's right around about the same.
The field's fired up. I mean, it's anything goes at this point.
It's right around 14 seconds or so. I'm going to go back into the pit, Jeff. And Jackie, and I'm going to find out exactly what everybody else thinks in the pit, because it was just lights out. Our pit is like a bee's nest. High five. Good job. High five. High five. High five.
And this is a really tough situation. When the race gets stopped like this, it's usually advantage to the field, as they can assemble the troops at the front and really hit the gas as soon as you restart the race. And typically a breakaway will really only last a couple more laps out in front before they get reabsorbed into the field.
All right, so our crosswalks right now are jammed with thousands of people trying to get to and fro. And speaking of, go ahead, Jackie.
We've got a $100 preem from Middle Georgia Cycling. $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem.
$100 preem. There's Holloway. There's A-Ray. Watch the clock. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seconds, 12 seconds to 2.
That's a $100 preem from Middle Georgia Cycling, home cycling club of Ty Magner.
All right, so evidently, Jeff, we've had a crash in turn 4. The nerves right now are in hyper alert. Jeff, what goes through your mind when all of this chaos is happening?
It's really difficult to focus on the race at this point with so much chaos on the course. It's really difficult to get your heart rate back down. Feels like your heart is in the back of your throat every time you go around a corner. It's just going to take a couple laps for our field especially to get back into their rhythm and get the flow of the course, and for them to sort themselves out, and then hope in the next few laps will be calmed down enough that they can just relax through the turns and make it around safely.
Yeah, and Jackie, right now, look at that clock, Jackie. Give us the time split when they come through. What's their gap? Up on the Swagger timing board, it's 12:13, right?
Yeah, thereabouts.
And Garneau Quebecor is now on the front trying to drag this thing back.
I'm just wondering if these guys pumped their tires up too much tonight.
So the gap is starting to rise once again. Even though Garneau Quebecor have gone to the front, the gap has risen by 1 second. So that's a great thing for our breakaway. As long as their gap is maintaining the same or going up, that's going to give them the impetus to really keep driving pace. And it's going to make it harder for Garneau Quebecor to close the gap. Stans No Tubes trying to get up in there as well and help the chase, as is Champion Systems.
All right, so Jackie, right now, here are two leaders, Alex Ray and Dan Holloway. Their gap is still at 12 seconds.
And they passed the banner at 51:35, so let's count down. Almost 15 seconds.
Oh, still single file, and Garneau Quebecor is the team that's on the chase. The French-Canadian team is trying to make matters right. As again, we have two riders up the road, Alex Ray from Hincapie Devo and Dan Holloway from Athlete Octane, Jeff.
And the gap is continuing to rise. It's up to 14 seconds now. So again, great news for the breakaway, as 5 riders trying to chase. It looked like 2 Champion Systems and 3 Garneau Quebecor. And right there in 6th and 7th position is Hincapie Development Teams, Ty Magner and Oscar Clark, ready to pounce if this chase attempt is successful in catching our 2 leaders.
So Jeff says 14 seconds, Jackie. And right now, they've shut the engines down, and now they've revved them back up. This is a hard thing to do with 42 laps left to go.
Yeah, and you might say to yourself that, oh, that was a nice break for that breakaway to have that neutralized field. But sometimes you have trouble finding your rhythm again after a stop like that.
And I tell you what, Garneau Quebecor is telling everything that they want to set up Grémy Pelletier-Roy potentially for the win, or maybe one of those sprinters. But I tell you what, they've sent 6 riders to the front to try to drag this thing back. Hincapie and with 42 laps left to go, Jeff, it is the black and red of Garneau Chemical against the black and red of Hincapie Devo and the blue and orange of Athlete Octane.
And this is the kind of situation that the Hincapie development team is banking on. Even though this breakaway may get caught, if Garneau Chemical uses up 3 or 4 of their guys that they won't have at the finish, that's an advantage. That's a great advantage for the Hincapie development team and levels the playing field between one of the biggest teams in the race, Garneau Chemical, and Hincapie development only having 4 or 5 riders in this race.
And we have a mid-race preem, points and cash, points and cash.
Mid-race preem. Jackie says it's 250, 150, and 100, and 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Points and cash. Mid-race preem. Points and cash. Mid-race preem. Points and cash.
And here comes Dan Holloway and Alex Reyes up the back straight.
Oh.
The gap right now at 12 seconds, so it's come back down, hovering between 12 and 14 seconds on the last 4 laps. So the chase is starting to be effective, and we can see that sometimes while the chase organizers at the front, the time gap may continue to rise, but once they really organize it into a rhythm, the time will coming off, and they'll catch up 1, 2, 3 seconds per lap as they close the advantage.
And they're coming through the start-finish. Let's see if they sprint for it or if they decide to call a truce. Here comes Daniel Holloway leading the group of 2. And he takes the mid-race preem, but I'm sure he's splitting it with his breakaway partner. And this is a sprint for the 3rd. Not much of a sprint there, but he took the points anyway, and the cash.
Cold hard cash for Dan Hollywood Holloway, taking that money straight to the bank. These 2 riders working really well together. They've done good to survive so far. So we'll get a time check as they come through the backside now. Our 2 leaders have crested the hill as they're up. The time gap now 11 seconds. Race is being effective. Chad Hartley getting himself in position at the front for his Athlete Octane team in the event that Dan Holloway's breakaway gets caught. So both Athlete Octane and Hincapie Development very attentive and being near the front in the event that this breakaway gets caught. They'll be ready to counterattack their teammates.
And we've got another preem for $100 from Cox Media Group and Power. $100 preem, $100 preem. $100 preem on this lap. $100 preem, $100 preem.
And here comes Dan Hollywood Holloway. 11 seconds. 11 seconds was the time gap last time through. And Garneau Québécois doing a great chase right now. 9 seconds is the gap. 9 seconds, so it's coming down right now at about 2 seconds per lap. So he expects some time in the next 3 or 4 laps that our chasing group will absorb our breakaway. And then it could be on for young and old. We should see more attacks once this breakaway gets caught, which I predict in the next 3 or 4 laps.
All right, so Jeff, you're saying right now that you think riders are going to try to do what we call bridge across. You have 2 riders, and then other teams will send riders up the road. 12 seconds is a pretty far distance to close by yourself. But you're saying as A-Ray and Dan Holloway go through, oh, Jeff, you're right. The gap is coming down. Garneau Chemical dragging this thing under 8 seconds right now, along with Champion Systems.
And I saw Oscar Clark up there doing a good job blocking for his teammates. And he's not doing that for any other reason other than he's helping his teammates. I just saw him there taking second wheel. so that the guy on the front looks back and sees that Oscar's not going to help him.
All right, so Jeff, when we're coming to you, do you expect if they get caught to see a counterattack?
Yes, typically once a gap is down to about 6 seconds, you could jump across it, and that's what we're seeing now. Riders attacking the chase right now. 4 riders trying to go clear. Estellas on the back there. Champion Systems was lead charge, I believe. So the cat is officially amongst the pigeons, and this may be just what the doctor ordered for Dan Holloway and Alex Reyes to disrupt that chase. If they get disrupted for long enough, Dan Holloway and Alex Reyes will be able to reopen their advantage. But it's Athlete Octane on the attack, trying to jump across to the breakaway.
Gene's telling me we've got another $100 preem from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. $100 preem.
All right, so Dan Holloway, one rider trying to bridge across. Another Athlete Octane rider trying to go across to that breakaway right now. So Athlete Octane is taking the race to the race. As we have one rider, Jackie, trying to bridge across. Athlete Octane was sitting in the catbird seat, Jackie. They didn't have to do any work. Why? Because they had a rider up the road. But as soon as the other teams did the work to try to drag this thing back, they could use their resources that they didn't spend to chase it down to then go on the counterattack.
5 seconds is the advantage right now. These guys are definitely going to get caught in the next lap and a half or so, and it's going to be interesting to see what team is going to take the bull by the horns and try to counter-attack the catch of this breakaway. Oscar Clark getting himself in position right up there in the front as our Athlete Octane rider makes the junction to our breakaway.
All right, so yes, Jeff, Athlete Octane has now bridged across. They've got 2 riders, and you expect maybe a Hencappy Debo to do a counterattack. Even though Ty Magner and Oscar Clark did spend a bullet, here they come. They have got 36 laps left to go. Here are your 3 leaders right there, Dan Holloway. Bridging across, that was rider number 41, Anthony Cannavare from Athlete Octane. So Cannavare also has bridged across that. Now there are 3 with 2 on Athlete Octane, Jackie.
Yeah, and whether or not these guys stay away, it'll be important for the teams to keep the pressure on so that it doesn't get reshuffled. Keep the pressure on so it stays strung out so that they can keep their position at the front.
Hey, Jeff, we're going to send them up to you with 3 riders. Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to be doing some creature comfort here. Again, one of our sponsors.
Oh, we got an attack.
Another attack, a counterattack. So we've got some great sponsors here. Of course, Lewis has been reading them off. Want to thank, of course, AKO Science, Habitat for Humanity, Power 100.1, Schweppes, Athens Ridge, and now we are all back together again. Schortenheimer, your Georgia State crit champion, is now on the front trying to string this thing out. And Jeff, here's one dynamic that has changed here at Athens versus Charlotte versus maybe some of the other race. Well, Delray was a little different because we had Crowley actually in the breakaway. But strategically speaking, we have so many teams that can win. In the past, we would have seen a couple riders get up the road, and then a big team would get to the front and drag it back. Jeff, this is completely different tonight.
Yes, that's right. It's a really hard race to control for some of these teams. So with so many teams with the real chance of victory here, it makes a race very hard to control, and when a race is very hard to control, it can be very unpredictable. So even though Hincapie Development Team are doing a great job at the front of the race, as well as Athlete Octane, once the group comes all back together, they really don't have the ability to totally control what's going to happen in the field. They just don't have the bodies of numbers in the races to control everything.
All right, so here they come, Jeff. We've got a red light on Roberti on the front. So Chris Roberti from Estellas is now on the front trying to get one of his teammates up. All right, so Jeff, Jackie, I want to ask you a question. Earlier in the week, somebody asked me, they said, Chad, what do you think the race will be like? I said chaos. Would you both agree that this race today, or disagree? It's up to you, Jackie. Chaos, what do you think?
I mean, from what I've seen so far, it's absolute chaos with all the crashing. I mean, there's no saying what caused it. Perhaps it's just, luck. But there's been absolute bad luck. But there's been absolute chaos out there tonight, and it's like what Jeff was saying. I mean, the goal of this race for any particular team is to control it, which Hincapi Divo was attempting to do by having 3 out of 4 in the breakaway, making it easier for them to control. But now, I mean, it's all back together. It's anyone's race.
And Jeff, would you consider this chaos in your vast experience as a pro cyclist?
Yes, definitely. Any situation where a race is totally neutralized and the riders restarted, you'd call that a chaotic situation. But the key here for these riders is that the person who's going to win, number one, has been extremely lucky to avoid some of these accidents, and number two, has been extremely calm and calculated in managing his own space in the field. And that's really the key. The riders that can use the least amount of energy in these chaotic situations are going to have more juice in the tank at the end of the race. So that's the key for some of our top pros in this race, is being able to just manage their own space effectively.
Well, and they're managing. So let me do a reset. So far today, Jackie, we've had a women's professional bike race that was lights out fast. We had a marriage proposal before the race, and you know what? She actually said yes. So that's 2 things. Then we have the men's race, and during the men's race, I don't know what in the world happened. We had just utter chaos in a fun sort of way. So I think Jeff, Jackie, Chad, I think we can all agree that this is Athens Twilight. This is Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight. Everybody is. That's a pretty good shot from Chris Barrett. He's probably going to have to download that and see me. All right, so right now, there's been a relaxation as Jeff Gotze's trying to throw some goo at me, but he missed. He's from Texas. He can't throw, I guess. Jeff Hopkins on the backstretch. Jackie Crowell, professional cyclist for United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team. And my name is Chad Andrews. Welcome to the Athens Orthopedic Clinic here in downtown Athens. If you're watching this on the... Oh, is there money over there? A bee? Oh, beads. All right, who over here pointed these out first? Do we have a young lady? No, you're not a young lady. How about... Look at that. You want some beads? They don't bite, I promise. There you go, honey. She looked at me like, Chad, what are you doing? We had some beads on the course, and I had to clear them, and I offered them to a young lady, and she does like my daughters do. She looked at me kind of quizzically like, Dad, what are you doing? All right, Jackie, right now we've got some fireworks happening. Here is, it looks like Chad Hartley from Athlete Octane, maybe trying to go on the attack.
Yeah, I see several Athlete Octane riders up there. They've certainly got the numbers at the front, and I expect to see Hincapi Divo matching those numbers as they realize Athlete Octane has moved to the front.
Heads up. I'm sorry. Hey, guys, welcome to the live stream. This is Athens, Georgia, and as you can see over my right shoulder, hey, Athens, the live stream's looking at you. Give them a little bit of love right now. This, my friends, this is American-style bike racing. 30,000 fans, bike racing, beer, yes, beer, and of course, great family and friends. Welcome to Athens. Chad Andrews, Jackie Kroll, Jeff Hopkins. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream.
You certainly got me pumped up there.
Yeah. That's just a precursor, Jackie. Hey, Jeff, we got some shenanigans on the backside, I guess.
Seems to be we've got a growing crowd back here. There is a metric ton of people all along lining the back straight here. We're about 3 or 4 deep all the way along, so the crowd is definitely growing, and with 30 laps left to race, the best racing is yet to come.
All right, so Andy Scarano from United Healthcare Project 706. Hey, Jackie, a breakaway is gone, and a breakaway is caught. What goes through the next 5 to 10 laps in a racer's mindset?
It depends on the race. Every race is different, and I'm sorry to cop out like that, but...
All right, so I'm going to pin you down. This race, with all the chaos, what goes through your mind?
You know, at this point, it's been a hard race. It's actually a good time. I would say a counterattack would be a good way to go. I mean, everyone's tired. They expended, as Jeff was saying, he talked about energy. They expended a lot of energy bringing that breakaway back, and that means they're tired, and it's the perfect opportunity. The opportunity to attack is when you are actually the most tired, which is counterintuitive. But when you're the most tired, most likely that's when everyone else is tired. So you should attack when you're most tired.
Well, in essence, Jeff, what she's saying is some of the riders have bigger checking accounts. And some of the riders have spent a lot of bullets. Maybe a Alex Rain, maybe a Dan Holloway. But in the end game, all these guys come to with essentially the same amount of cash to spend during the race. Who's going to spend it at the end, or who's going to spend it in a breakaway? We've got 29 laps left to go. 29 laps left to go, guys. 29 laps left to go. And Jackie, I see, dare I say, a tiny bit of apathy maybe. The breakaway's been caught.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if these guys were frustrated with the disruption in the middle of the race, but that's part of the bike racing. Now, Chad, I see, is walking over to the fans in the VIP area.
I feel like I'm part of the public works here in Athens. Chad Andrews here, aisle cleanup 6, got the beer can.
Thank you, VIP, for pointing that out.
Yes, and over here in our non-VIP, well, no, everybody's a VIP here. I didn't mean to say that. Anything else, Jackie, I need to clean up before we get back to racing? Settle down over there, you VIPs. There's your Dodge pace car, Jackie. And again, I said a little bit of, I didn't mean to call it apathy, but I do see riders trying not to take advantage of the break or get up the road. But now I see, you guys can see, there's a little bit of anger there, and a couple of riders are trying to jump off the front. And this pace is hot right now. It is seriously hot, Jackie, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 riders are there. Hey, Jeff, when we come to you right now, this may be a deciding point in the race, as we've got 7 riders that have got a gap of about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, 2 to 3.
And that breakaway looks like it has a very good makeup. All of the major teams represented in this 7-rider group. So the key to them is establish the gap quickly if they're happy to ride this breakaway. 2 Hincapie Development riders, but somebody was not happy with the breakaway. Hincapie Development chasing it down. Even though they've got 2 riders in there, there must be someone else in that breakaway group that they're not happy going to the line in a sprint finish just from those 7 riders. So they are chasing it back down.
All right, so this is American-style bike racing. There is no other race in the United States of America like this. As Joe Silva, as you pan that way, there's a lot of people here that are eating barbecue and drinking beer and sodas. Welcome to Athens, ladies and gentlemen. See, I got it off. I'm good like that. All right, there's 2 riders trying to separate right there, Jackie, with Dan Curley, also a 706 project trying to go. And in a single file, Jackie, the apathy button has been depressed, as now the spin fast button has now been engaged as these riders are back to racing, Jackie.
I'm not quite sure to say when you talk about buttons, but...
Pushing buttons. Well, you know, kind of honestly, I mean, Jeff admits it and you admit it. There was a time there where everybody's like, all right, the breakaway's caught, so what do we do now? This goes back, Jeff, to not having one dominant team, but having 6 or 7, and everybody's trying to wait and see. Wait, who's going to go next? You go next. No, you guys go next. No, you guys go next. So there's kind of a... I don't know, a relaxation maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. I mean, every time these guys come through the start-finish line, they're looking at this countdown clock. It says 27 laps right now, and that's about 27 kilometers. So it's quite a long way to the finish, and that's important for these guys to remember as they're talking about conserving energy.
All right, so Jeff, at what lap do the sprinters team shut the race down and decide we're going to sell this thing with a bunch gallop? What lap?
And we've got $100 cream, $100 cream.
Sprinters teams are really going to start thinking that they need to keep it all together for their fastest man. Definitely inside 10, but they'll be keeping an eye on how this race plays out, making sure they're all in all of these attacks, even after 15 to go, to make sure they've got everything covered and their sprinters will be in the field. One of the things that the sprinters do throughout the race is they'll be constantly assessing the way the field rides the course, the lines in the corners, the way the field snakes up and down the finish line. The sprinters will be constantly taking notes inside their head of how the field is reacting to certain situations, so then they can read the field in those final few laps and put themselves in the best position for the sprint finish.
All right, Jeff, that's the War and Peace version. Give me a lap number.
Well, I said 15.
Oh, 15, I'm sorry. Jackie was talking to me and Gene was ringing the bell and it just all went sideways from there. 15 laps with a dissertation on the back end of it. Jeff Hopkins again with his with his fantastic expertise, former junior world champion on the track and Jittery Joe's racer, saying 15. All right, guys, 25 to go. 25 laps left to go, and David Quelly from United Healthcare 706 Project is on the attack. Dare I say, Jackie, again. He did it in Charlotte at the Novant. He did it in Delray for their race. He did it again racing his sister in the backyard crit. This guy is always off the front.
That's what I like to see. I like it. I like seeing aggressive racing, as that's my style as well. And I don't want to see it swell. I don't want to see a pause in the racing. I want to see some hard racing out there tonight, as I expect the whole crowd does.
And one of the keys to notice about David Coelho, Chad, is he always times his attacks very well. We haven't mentioned his name all race, but with 26 laps to go was when we mentioned his name with a well-timed attack a few laps ago.
As a professional race commentator, we hate to say when the rubber band is about to snap, but you know what? That's the best analogy of when to attack, when everybody's rubber band is about ready to pop. Well, Quelly's been brought back, but the counterattacks are going, and up the road, right there, that's rider number 119, that's Stan's No Tubes on the attack. So Stan's has decided they want to take matters to the right. His Stone is now off the front for Stan's No Tubes. Hey, Jackie, a good time to attack is in the turn, right?
Actually, it's debatable, but
oh man, calling me out, I like it.
If you are better at cornering than your compatriots, then a good time to attack would be right before the turn. And you can actually get a breakaway established that way if you can carry your speed through the turn faster than everyone around you. And it's a good way to establish a breakaway without expending much energy. So you'll see that here going into turn 1 and going into turn, 3 on the back straight.
Down the hill.
You might see some attacks into the turns from people who consider themselves good at cornering.
Well said, Jackie. Very nicely done. Jackie Crawl, United Healthcare Pro Cyclists, and, we got more riders going into our pit. Hey, guys, stay to your left, stay to your left, stay to your left. Racers, stay to your left. Riders in the pit, stay to your left. Stay to your left. Is that right? Left, yes, stay to your left. Had to look at my shoes there for a second to determine. Stay to your left, stay to your left, stay to your left with 23 laps left to go. Wow. Jackie, can you give me one word outside of chaos that can define today's racing?
Hectic.
Chaotic.
Maybe we should get a thesaurus.
That's a big word. What does that mean? Jeff, what about you, buddy? Is there anything in Australian speak that can tell us what this racing's about? As he ponders. All right, so there's your Twilight pace car. It's going to, I think Ashley Travieso is actually in the pace car. And the rider's going into the pit. Nope, that does not look like Ashley. Yep, nope. So VIPs are entering and exiting, and you better, I can't even imagine what it's like to be in that Dodge pace car. Going around this course at 35 miles an hour. I think I would be getting car sick, but these guys aren't. So, Jackie, we have an attack right now. And it looks like Chad Hartley is on the attack for Athlete Octane. So Chad's going again with 22 laps left to go. 22 to go, 22 to go. And did you notice that, Jackie, the riders are looking back to see how many are left, and you're the last rider? We started with 150, and what are we down to, about 65 or 70?
Yeah, I mean, you can look back and all of a sudden you're the last rider. In a field like this, it may not come, you may not realize that everyone behind you has gotten dropped, and you look back and you see that, oh, you're the last one, and that's a bad position to be in.
All right, Hoppy, so you said 15 laps. I think that is a spot-on technical observation. Jackie seems to think, Jackie, what do you think? Is it going to come down to a field sprint, or you're not going to go out on a limb yet?
I actually, you know, if we had a big, strong squad here from UHC, I would say 15 laps, but I'm actually saying I have to just say maybe I think a lead out would start around 10 laps. I'm sorry to to contradict Jeff, but I don't see a big sprint squad here like UHC, so I'm saying about 10 laps the lead outs would start.
All right, so 10 laps you're saying. I'm saying that it's going to be super hard to even organize a lead out train. We've got 21 laps left to go, guys. There is going to be an epic fight on the front for riders trying to establish position for the sprint. And I tell you what, Jeff, as they come around turn 1 and then turn 2, you're going to see a fight for real estate's going to start to happen.
Yes, and that's going to be the key to these final 21 laps, is that fight for real estate. As we mentioned earlier in the women's race, you know, a lot of these riders will want to be near the front, but not actually on the front pushing wind. And that makes it really difficult, especially if the pace isn't high enough. And that could well be the case. Without one team to control the pace and start it out early, a lot of riders will want to be at and near the front, but not actually on it. So that could create some more of that chaotic situation as the riders fight for real estate.
And when Jeff says fight for real estate, if you're a sprinter, you're looking for other riders on your team to protect you, buffer you, to keep you away from the chaos. And there goes Morris. He's going into the pit. Looks like he's had an accident. And right now, with 20 laps left to go, Jackie, looks like we have Stan's No Tubes deciding they're going to throw a hat in there, and the water bottle just got ejected. Technically, that's against the rules, but, you know, I didn't see it, so.
Yeah, and this strung out, the field strung out like this is actually quite safe. It's when the field gets bunched that you see these crashes or these dangerous moments where the riders are bumping elbows. But when they're strung out like this, one behind the other, it's actually quite safe. And that's why you'll see these lead outs that'll start happening from teams here with about 15 or 10 laps to go. The riders, the time trialists, the endurance riders on these teams will get to the front and keep it safe for their sprinters.
All right, so Jeff, let me use you and Jackie as an analogy. You being a world-class sprinter, Hoppy, and Jackie being a great lead-out person, what's your job in the lead-out? What is your job as far as protecting Jeff to get him to the sprint?
I would love for that scenario to be true, maybe someday. But, you know, my job would be to make sure that Jeff is safe. And by that I mean get him into position without him having to fight for wheels. And you'll see plenty of fighting here. Elbowing, some hip slings going on, definitely touching of handlebars, of butts to handlebars, different types of contact, because as I said last time, cycling is a contact sport and anything is legal as long as you don't take your hands off the handlebars.
All right, so that being said, your job is the bodyguard for Jeff. Jeff, what is your job as it goes with Jackie and the rest of your team?
The key for any sprinter, number one, is to have ultimate confidence in your lead-out person. And then the second thing that you absolutely need to do, there's a saying from a famous Tom Cruise movie, never leave your wingman. And that comes down to the confidence that you're going to have in your lead-out person and your wingman. You need to never leave their wheel. If they're going to, you need to be confident they're going to have you in position and have you in position safely. If they're going to squeeze through a gap, you know, if you're confident in your lead-out person and they're squeezing through a gap, you know that they're going to make it wide enough for you to squeeze through too. And your job at that point is to just get through that gap and stay with your lead-out person.
There you go, Jeff. So with 18 laps left to go, it's still all together right now. 18 to go, 18 laps left to go. 18 laps left to go, guys, 18 to go. I'm starting to sniff a field sprint right now. All right, so Jeff, you said you're going to follow Jackie and stay on the wheel, and she's going to protect you. So she is your bodyguard, but are you nervous that everybody else is fighting for your rear wheel to overtake you at the finish line?
That's the perfect scenario. Everybody in the race can fight for my back wheel as hard as they want, but once they try to take me off my lead out person's wheel, that's one thing that is definitely not going to happen. And that's the key to the confidence in your lead out person, is you will absolutely fight tooth and nail to stay on the wheel, knowing full well that they're going to be able to deliver you in the best position at the end of the race. As soon as you lose confidence in your lead out person, you'll lose the wheel and you'll be on your own.
All right, so that we have just broken down a great technical reading from Jackie Crowell and Jeff Hopkins on how, if this thing comes down to a sprint, how these two would work if they're on the same team for a sprint finish. But right now, we have got some activity on the front. Two riders trying to get up the road. And it looks like A-Ray again. Alex Ray is now gone with somebody from Athlete Octane. Holy moly, that, I think, and listen, Ryan Sullivan from the 706 Project and United Healthcare, and it looks like Demi Soliman is also there. Oh, actually, no, that's Rafael Meran.
And this looks like a good attack so far, but reaction coming from the field. These guys are not going too far, that's for sure. As my Aussie mate Sully for the United Healthcare of Georgia 706 Project, closing the gap up there. Well, those five riders trying to go clear, but the field's not having it at this point.
All right, so Alex Ray from Hincapie Depot is going again, but he's not with Athlete Octane's Dan Holloway. This time he's with Canavari. So Canavari and Alex Ray. Alex is, we got to give him the more. The most aggressive rider. He's been in like every single breakaway, and he's there to bless everybody when they sneeze. This kid has been everywhere tonight. Holy smokes. So Jackie, here they come. Is it Canavari and Ray right now? Is this your secondary breakaway?
I see quite a lot of riders coming through the start-finish line. I don't think they stayed away.
Yeah, no, that was Mike Stoop from Starlight out of Virginia on the front. Mike raced for Time Development many years ago, took a sabbatical for a little bit, and now he's back at it. So Mike Stoop for Starlight back on the stick, and right now they're coming back to you, Jeff, with 16 laps left to go.
Yes, Mike Stoop on the front. They call him Stoop-a-Loop, and he's driving it for the Starlight Apparel Racing team. And you can call him out, Stoop. He's on the attack, but the field is right on the wheel. No one too keen to let anything go at this point. I said it would stay together mostly from 15 laps to go, and that's coming up very soon.
All right, so Jackie and Jeff are both, Jackie said 10, you're saying 15. I'm going to split the difference and say 12 and a half. I think this bad boy is going to come down to what we call a bunch gallop, where everybody's going to fight for the front, but you know what? Guess what? Now these riders are trying to prove me wrong. It's another fight on the front, and we have 15 to go. 15 laps left to go, 15 to go, 15 laps left to go, 15 laps left to go. And again, too many riders are interested in getting in that breakaway. And we have 6 or 7 riders, everybody sits up and looks at each other like, well, you're going to work, you're going to work, you're going to work, and then it sits up, and then we have to reshuffle the deck.
And that's one of the things that the teams that have strong sprinters, Oscar Clark is more than happy for this race to come down to a bunch sprint, so he's not going to work any breakaway that he doesn't think he could definitely win from. But it's Mike Stoop back on the attack for the Starlight Apparel Racing team.
All right, so Jackie, Mike Stoop, second lap in a row. He's going after it. And again, we want to thank our good friends from AKO, ABC, Creature Comfort, Porterhouse Grill. You guys can all see them there. And, of course, our great friends from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. You guys are awesome, and I guess this is Creature Comfort. Woohoo! Whoa, watch out. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. So, again, stop on by. This is Creature Comfort. We want to thank those guys for sponsoring the race on a fun day. Jackie, so you said 10, Jeff said 15, but I think you're probably both going to be right here. So look at Stoop punching these guys right now. And, of course, there goes Matt Brennan. And guess what? Who's trying to get in the breakaway? It is Kevin Malervy, your 2013 champion. Wow. This is how he did it last year, Jackie. But he was in a breakaway with two sprinters, and they were watching each other, and he just rode away.
Yeah, that's a great tactic right there.
But, Jeff, he's not in a group right now with a bunch of sprinters. So Kevin Malervy, last year's champion, is trying to get up the road.
Whistle, ABG Giant on the front, but it's a long single line at the front. Thing is back together. Stoop is back at the fold, and no other attacks at that stage. Our group being led by one of our Bissell ABG Giant riders as he's trying to go off the front solo. And then back to one of our Champion Systems riders and InCycle Predator representing at the front of the field as well.
All right, I hope that you guys are enjoying the live feed on USA Crits in Athens, Twilight. Chad Andrews here with Jackie Crowell on the home stretch. Backstretch is Jeff Hopkins, and we have got a preem, Jackie.
$100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem.
And it looks like right now, Jackie, Matt Brennan from Bissell is now on the attack. And he raced unbelievably in our copy trainer races last year. Last year. Come on, Chad, get with it. Yesterday. Hey, Jeff, I'm sending you back, Brendan. What is his gap right now?
Oh, from...
Well, Jackie, my suspicion is that Matt Brennan, he doesn't have any teammates. What he's hoping with that attack is to draw out a Hincappy rider, to draw out a Jameis Sutter home rider, to draw out some of the other top teams like Champion Systems or Stan's No Tubes or Athlete Octane. He needs somebody else to come with him in order for this breakaway to stick. Or does everybody look around at Matt Brennan?
He's going to take the cream from Athens Dodge Chrysler.
Oh, gosh, he is suffering.
And we have 4 Hincappy Devo riders on the right side of the road, clearly organized with 12 laps to go. So I think that Jeff and I were split in the middle on that.
I did say that you guys were going to split that in the middle, did I not? I said you guys. So it looks like Alden Martz, and I dare say this is a 49-year-old, my homeboy from Charlotte, North Carolina, racing for Hincappy Devo, is on the front. His job right now, he's going to be the Uber Domestique. Matt Brennan, he's the tempestuous 6-year-old who will not go to his room when he's been ordered. He's up the road, and he's not going to come back. So it's up to somebody like Alden Martz, racing for the black and red of Hincappy Devo, to bring it back. Alder is a sacrificial lamb right now. Apologies to his parents back in Carolina. But his job is to protect a Ty Magner, to protect an Alexander Ray, to protect an Oscar Clark. But more importantly, I think he's there to protect Ty Magner.
Yeah, I think Ty's their sprinter tonight. He's certainly proved himself many times. And he will be the wheel that all the other teams are fighting for, I think, tonight. Can you think of any others, Chad or Jeff? I mean, I'm not as familiar with the men's peloton as I am with the women's. But, and he's still off the front.
And there's the vaunted Champion Systems and Hincappy Devo there to try to drag it back. Now, we got to start thinking about our sprinters right now. Hoppy, we've got Ben Renkema from Stan's No Tubes. Guess who else we haven't talked about at all? Not because we don't like him, because he's being smart. Jeff, that's Frank Travieso. How do you leverage his numbers potentially for tonight?
Well, I just saw Frank Travieso making his way up onto the back of the Hincappy development train. So he's getting in position. Dan Holloway in position there on the inside of the course. So he's in prime position right on Ty Magner's wheel. And this is going to be a tough 11 laps for the Hincappy development team to try to totally control the field for 11 kilometers, 11 way at full-on race pace. So it's going to be tough for them to control only 4 meters.
Hey, Jeff, right now it is not fast enough. It needs to be 1 to 2 miles an hour faster in order for that lead-out train to be protective over their sprinter at Hincappy Devo. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bissell's Matt Brennan.
$100 cream, $100 $100 preem. $100 preem. $100 preem.
$100 preem. And Jeff, when they come back around to you, give me your assessment as a sprinter from years past. Does this lead out, which means you've got Hincapi Devo, Champion Systems, Hincapi, Devo, Champion Systems, Hincapi Devo. Does it look fast enough for you right now to protect the sprinter?
For this point in the race, they can't really go any faster and last all the way. But one of the good things riding a little bit slower can do for you is it makes every other sprinter fight tooth and nail for position and make all the other riders use more energy to maintain position behind your lead-out train. No matter what happens, you have first right of refusal.
So Jackie and Jeff were right. Jeff said 15, Jackie said 10. I thought we'd split the difference at 12 with the lead-out train, and sure enough, the sprinters have shut this thing off. It is a sprint and finish unless a miracle, or wait for it, chaos ensues. Well, guess what? We've seen chaos. Brandon is the stir that's strong the chaotic drink here right now for Bissell. And 9 to go. And now Athlete Octane is bringing the hat into the fray. So Athlete Octane potentially right now is trying to set up maybe a Dan Holloway, who, you know what, ironically enough, he was in the original breakaway during our chaotic mix. So maybe it's not a Dan Holloway. Maybe it's somebody else on their team that they're setting up. My numbers, Dan can sprint, so I'm going to lean towards Dan. So you've got all these sprinters, Jeff. Everybody's fighting for the front.
And I see my Aussie mate Steve Hall on the In-Cycle Predator team moving up onto the back of Dan Holloway, who's right behind the Hincapi development train. So the fastest riders are massing, even though all these riders won't be known. If something in their legs, they're getting in position now.
Oh, Jeff, you have come into a coup right there. You are setting me up with softball. Your Aussie mate from In-Cycle Predator is now trying to get in position to set up the Argentinian Ricardo Escuela, who has got a wicked turn of speed. I've seen him be fourth, and fourth, I think, at USA Crits races. Do not mess with Ricardo Escuela. He will fight for space. Jackie, they have 8 laps to go and no more free laps. And Brennan is done. 8 to go, no more free laps, guys. No more free laps. 8 to go, 8 to go, 8 to go. Jackie?
Yeah, these guys who are at the back right now are just thinking about finishing. I mean, this sprint is all about positioning, and you think about sprinting as being an all-out effort, but in cycling it's more about positioning than actually putting down that 20-second power.
Hey, Jeff, they're coming to you. What do your eyes see as they come back to the backstretch?
Oscar Clark riding a nice steady pace on the front of the group. 3 Hincapi development riders left at the front. Alex Ray right behind. And Ty Magna back there in 3rd position. And it looked like Oscar was his legs for the final 8 laps. It's going to be a long way to try and maintain control.
All right, so they will see 7 laps left to go, and I guess, Jackie, you've got a preem on this lap?
Yeah, I've got a $100 preem from Athens Orthopedic Clinic.
Say that again?
Excuse me there, Athens Orthopedic Clinic.
$100 preem! Athens Orthopedic Clinic with 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. 7 laps left to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. All right, so Jackie, Jeff, everybody who's watching this live stream, and more importantly, I don't know how many thousand people are here, 5, 10, 30, it doesn't matter. Each lap, I'm going to implore you guys to get louder and louder, what Lewis was talking about. DJ Mays from Red Bull, he's going to be cranking it louder, and with 1 lap left to go, I don't want to hear me, I don't want to hear Jackie, I don't want to hear Jeff. All I want to hear is you guys at home banging on your computer screens and you guys here shaking the barriers until they come unhinged. Deal? Okay. I got kind of a quasi-deal on that one, Jackie.
And we've got a points preem on this next lap. Now these points go toward the USA Crit Series, which is a series of 11 races that take place all year long. This is the 5th of 11. We have a points stream on this lap.
10, 7, 5.
Points stream.
6 to go, 6 to go. 6 laps left to go. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2.
And United Healthcare of Georgia have gotten themselves into position and forced their way in front of the Hincapie development train. That's David Coelho and Frank Travieso getting in position with 6 laps to go. Let's see if somebody is going to try for this point sprint. David Coelho on the front right now, Frank Travieso right behind. And then it is Champion Systems with 2 riders. Hincapie Development has totally lost control of the front right now, which is not such a bad thing for him. With still a long way to race, 6 kilometers. They can take a breather for a couple of laps and potentially hit out maybe 2 laps to go and retake the lead and reassume the front of the race.
Now, Jeff, right now, I think that David Coelho and Frank Travieso are way too far up in the front right now. There is no way that Coelho can hold off for 5 laps. Now, maybe he's setting them up for this sprint for the points, but it's 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2, and we have, let me hear you, Athens, 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 laps left to go, 5 to go, 5 laps left to go, 5 to go, 5 to go, Jackie. Oh my goodness gracious, this is going to be an epic finish to, oh, I hate using that word, oh what the hell, an epic day of bike racing here in Athens.
Even if David Coelho can only stay on the front here for 2, that's 2 or 3 laps that Frank Travieso will be sitting nice and relaxed right there, that he's not fighting with every other sprinter in this race. Even though he can't go all the way to the finish, this will give Frank Travieso a chance to catch his breath before the final battle begins in the final few laps.
Well, they got me turned down, so I'm as loud as I can go without them. Actually, you get Mace turned down or Campbell.
Look at this, spread all out of the place. They have 4 to go. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go right now. The fight for real estate here in Athens has just escalated threefold, and I'm not talking down near the campus. I'm not talking over in East Athens. I'm talking about the real estate at the front end of this bike race has become premium front property.
And it's Coelho still on the front, doing a fantastic job for his teammate Frank Travieso. And they are racing for the home team, United Healthcare of Georgia, presented by the 706 Project. So great to see the home team taking the lead out in front. Let's hear it for our Athens-based home team, United Healthcare of Georgia, taking control.
What? Really? From who? There is your Athens Dodge pace car. DJ May is getting his crank on right now from Red Bull. We have 3 to go. 3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go. 3 laps left to go. We have 3 laps left to go. All right, Athens, I'm going to call you out. When they come back around again, I want you to go, woo! And then with 1 to go, Jackie, I want you to go, woo! All right, Jeff, here they come. Now, Andy Scarano for United Healthcare 706 Project is now in the front. Oh, yeah, I like that beat. Is it now in the front, Jeff?
Yes, and looks like they are relinquishing the front now for Hincapie Development to reassume their... So getting his way into the Hincapie Development track, stay in position these few laps to try to help out Frank Travieso, give him a few easy laps to rest his legs before the final battle begins in these last 2 and a little laps as Oscar Clark rounds the final turn. The home stretch, they'll be coming through to see 2 laps to go.
All right, Jackie, what do we got here? What do we got? What do we got?
A Gambler Preem from Athens Orthopedic Clinic for $550. Gambler Preem, Gambler Preem.
$500 Gambler Preem! Two to go! Gambler Preem, 200. What's a Gambler Preem? You gamble that you're going to get the $500 from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. You cross the line, you get $500, but you gamble on, you're going to win the race. Here's a reset. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Andrews, Jackie Crow, Jeff Hopkins. This is what's transpired here tonight in Athens. Crashes, carnage, fun, beer, happiness, family, a marriage proposal on top of all of that. But now it all comes down to one lap left to go.
And Oscar Clark making his way back up to the front.
That's right, Jeff.
Happy development in the seat here.
Hey, Jeff, the fight is going on right now, so Athens, this is it. You waited 365 days. The Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight is about ready to get finished. Here comes your Dodge pace car. Scream me out. DJ May, bring it on! We have one lap to go! One to go, one to go, one to go. Jeff, Ty Magner, Frank Travieso are in a dogfight right now. Let me hear you on the backside of the race course.
And let's hear it backside. Hincapie Development Team. Oscar Clark giving it everything he's got. Ray with Ty Magner right on his wheel. Frank Travieso may have missed the train. He's battling with Dan Hollywood. The back of Ty Magner's wheel. And as they round the third turn, it's Hincapie Development. Alex Ray out in front. Here comes Ty Magner around the final turn. Frank Travieso has got himself. They're coming to.
Yeah! 2014 champion is Dan Holloway! Athlete Octane! Dan Holloway! Your 2014 Athens Orthopedic Clinic champion.
How did he do that?
That is so Dan Holloway. I guarantee you he comes and takes the microphone from me. I'm not going to let him do it. Wow, Ty Magner with a bang on the handlebars. Just so close. You want to talk about... Here's the deal. I'm so jacked up right now. How am I going to sleep before tomorrow? Here's the deal. We got to be in Roswell tomorrow, and you guys are all invited. But more importantly, Dan Holloway was in that first breakaway. Then, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had a motorcycle go down during the race course. Poor Bill, I hope he's okay. But then Dan wins the field sprint. That, my friends, is without a doubt, and I've done this race for, I don't even want to tell you how many years. That race, these two races... I told you it was going to be fast. All right, Dan, come on over here. I don't know. All right, high fives. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we got the live feed up. I mean, all right, so let's refresh. You caught your breath?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so in Charlotte, you were in a breakaway at the Novant Crit, jacked up in front of thousands, didn't get the win, but you were happy with your result. But tonight, you were in a breakaway, and you won the field sprint for the win here at the Athens Orthopedic Clinic Championship here in Athens. What's it feel like, bud?
It's amazing. First of all, I'd like to thank Athlete Octane, Fast Forward Wheels, Fell Bikes, just all our sponsors, Osmo Nutrition. Guys like this, Chad Hartley. Just our team's fantastic. The environment inside of our bus is electric, and, it's great to do it.
All right, so, what does it mean to you? You've won a national championship, but come on. This is the Athens Twilight, presented by Athens Orthopedic Clinic. What's it mean to you? Dude, the crowd is just gigantic, and your energy is even more gigantic, if that's a word. What's it feel like?
Yeah, it's Athens. There's only one in the world.
There you go.
And, this is probably the rowdiest crowd I've been in. I've been all over the world. I've been inside, 10,000 people, velodromes and everything else, and you guys are amazing. It's just like we couldn't hear anything the last 3 laps, and that's what we love as bike racers, is that noise. We feel it, we feed off of it, and I mean, I've been inside big stadiums, and you guys are amazing in open air.
That's all you need to hear right there from Athens Orthopedic Clinic. So, Dan, I know you want to celebrate with your teammates, but congratulations. Hey, Chad, will you do me a favor? We didn't. These guys did not get to see it here. Take his bicycle and please do what you did in turn number 1 to everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Holloway, please genuflect. There we go. Your 2014 champion, Dan Holloway, Athlete Octane. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you so much, Chad. Thank you, Athens, and thank you all the sponsors that put on this race, and I can't wait to come back next year.
There you go. All right, celebrate with your team, and what a crazy night. I mean, Josie's handing me the top 10, but is it really relevant right now? It's just like, wow. And the celebration begins with Athlete Octane. Your top 10, David Guttenplain in 10th, Rafael Moran in 9th, Ben Chaddock in 8th, Travis Lieberman in 7th, Alex Ray in 6th, Adam Faribaugh in 5th, Ricardo Escuela in 4th, Frank Travieso in 3rd, Ty Magner in 2nd, and Dan Holloway, Athlete Octane, your winner. All right, stay tuned. We are going to have our podium presentation. We're going to open up the streets, and we are going to have a party that is commensurate to what an amazing day of bike racing here. Jeff, any final thoughts before you shut yourself down? And again, we are going to open up these barriers so that you guys can get a great shot. We're going to close it up on the backside and let you guys, look at this. You guys are bad people. Kick save. Excellent. So the Swagger crew is going to open it up so you guys can fill in behind. We're going to have our women's podium and our men's podium coming up stat. All right, once again, we're going to open up these barriers so that you guys can enjoy a great festivity. And I want to give a big shout out, of course, to all the staff at Swagger for putting on the race series. And our great friends, DJ Mays, crushing the turnstile tonight. Lewis, again, thank you, Jackie. You rock.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Athens.
And where's Jeff? Does he still have his microphone? Hoppy still does, so Hoppy is over there talking to your winner, Dan Holloway. And fill in behind. We're going to get some great pictures here in Athens. All right, so we are now ready for our women's podium presentation. Come on up here, Liza. Don't be, well, I won't bite you. Tina, who else? And Sam, where's Sam? There's Sam. All right, so we are now ready for our podium almost. We're going to get the truss down. I read your mind. So stand pat, ladies. We'll get to you in just a second. We're going to lower the truss just for a second. We are now ready for our women's podium here at the 2014 Athens Orthopedic Clinic in our women's race today. So without further ado, we are now ready. Ladies and gentlemen, in third place, racing for Vanderkitten, Liza Rachetta. In second place, racing for Team Tipco to the top, Sam Schneider. And your winner today, ladies and gentlemen, racing for Fearless Film, Tina Pick. And Ashley Travieso is going to present. Holy moly. Tina, can you pick that up? Once again, your top three, Liza Rachetta of Vanderkitten, Sam Schneider, Team Tipco, and your champion today, racing for Fearless Film, Tina Pick. There's your top three again. Liza Rachetta, Sam Schneider, and Tina Pick. Tina, that's so fly. All right, and now we're going to do our current U25 overall leader, and that's going to be Chelsea Factor. Is Chelsea here? All right, so right now we are going to do our laps led. Ladies and gentlemen, your current overall laps leader is going to be Laura Jorgensen. Where's Laura? I know I saw her. There she is, racing for Mellow Mushroom, Pink Sirens. There you have it, Laura Jorgensen, your current overall laps leader. Thank Thank you, Laura. Super aggressive racing. Here's your top 3 overall in the current USA Crits Championship Series after 4 races. In 3rd place, Morgan Patton Brown for Team Novo Nordisk. Oh, by the way, she's from Athens. In 2nd place overall, racing for Mellow Mushroom, Laura Van Gilder. Mellow Mushroom Pink Siren. And your current overall leader, racing for Mellow Mushroom Pink Siren, Laura Jorgensen. Again, your top 3, Morgan Brown, Laura Van Gilder, and Laura Jorgensen from Mellow Mushroom. All right, so now we're going to try to do our top 3 in the Speed Week overall. And this is a Speed Week, which means Speed Week is part of the USA Crit Series, but it's like a subsect of it. We're going to have 5 races this whole week. Tomorrow's Roswell, Walterboro, Gaffney, Spartanburg. So, our top 3 overall for Speed Week right now. In 3rd place is Christy Keeley. She races for Pepper Palace. I don't know if Christy's here or not. In 2nd place overall is Sam Schneider, and our Max's Best Young Rider. And your current overall leader for Speed Week after race number 1 is Tina Pick, Fearless Film. Thank you, ladies. All right, so congratulations, ladies. We're now ready for our men's podium, I think. All right, so we're now ready for our race, men's race, Athens Orthopedic Clinic men's race. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got, let's see, Dan. Kissing Babies, Ty Magner, there's Ty, and Frank Traviso. Okay. All right, so we are now ready for our race. Here, oh, hey guys, you're watching us on the live stream. Welcome to Athens. All right, in 3rd place today in today's Athens Orthopedic Clinic men's professional bike race, in 3rd place, racing for United Healthcare 706 Project, Frank Travieso. And there goes Medianoche. Want to thank TJ Alexander for doing our men's race souvenir. In 2nd place, racing for Hincapi Devo, Ty Magner. And your winner here in Athens, racing for Athlete Octane, Daniel Holloway. And athlete. Once again, your top 3, Frank Travieso, United Healthcare 706, Ty Magner, Hincapi Devo, and Daniel Holloway. Athlete Octane. Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Daniel. And now we're going to do our Speed Week overall. You guys might as well not go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, in 3rd place overall right now is Frank Travieso in Speed Week. Hop on up there, Frank. This is for the Speed Week. In 2nd place overall, U25 overall leader. And 2nd place overall is Ty Magner. So, Frank, hop in there on 3rd. Speed Week. We're just going to redo this. Ty, where'd Ty go? How did he get by us? Ty Magner. Where'd he go? There he is. And, of course, your overall leader, say more things change, the more they stay the same, is going to be Dan Holloway from Athlete Octane. That's your Speed Week overall leaders right now. Again, your Speed Week overall leaders, Frank Travieso, Ty Magner, and Daniel Holloway. So, ladies and gentlemen, for all of our friends and volunteers, Police Fire Rescue, for all of our great commentators, Jackie Kroll, and of course, Jeff Hopkins and everybody, and of course, great for a minute. My name is Chad Andrews for the Athens Orthopedic Clinic. We'll see you guys in 2014. Have a wonderful night here in Athens, and we'll see you tomorrow in Roswell.